Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Star Master today, because today we are carrying on with our new ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's awesome science fantasy RPG, Starfinder. It's my backwards cover version. And we are playing through their adventure path, Attack of the Swarm, starting off with the first module, Fate of the Fifth. And with me tonight are the stars, or at least some of them, are the stars of the Attack of the Swarm campaign. I'll go with the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing. First up, we've got Jeffrey.
Everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Radagarius Bone Voss. He is a Crushball player and a Nanocyte.
Nice. Next up is our resident armorsmith, Dave.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Nikaralos, also known by Knickknacks, and she is a mechanic, and I can never remember the name of her.
Lashunta
species. So, yeah, that's fun.
Nice. Cool. And last but certainly not least is Carl.
So I play Druda Voss. She is also a Vesk and the sister of Bone Voss. I am playing a Solarian.
Nice.
And she is a Xenoseeker.
Nice. So, guys, last time we spent most of the session creating our characters, and then we kicked off the campaign with a bit of a being thrown to the wolves, as it were, as part of a Suskalon defense force. What do you guys recall from last time?
Well, there was kind of a gruff drill sergeant-y type guy who, I think he was a major though, and he was the one sending us out on a special mission. Yes, Major
Jaldamarak.
Yeah. And we asked him some questions, and he was like, "You're a chatty bunch. Call you chatty Cathy's or something like that instead of the Midnight Squad." But we managed to get through our initial chat with him, role playing, and head out on a tour of the escarpment, checking out, making sure that there's no. It's like a scouting party, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that there's no swarm, and we were warned, if we see them, take them down.
You got it. So the swarm that you mentioned, this, for those who may be curious, this is what Suskalon looked like 7 months ago. Suskalon was a mixed agrarian and technologically advanced world in the vast. But at present, this is how Suskalon looks. Partly due to the coming of the dead winter, pretty severe climactic event that regularly occurs on Suskalon, but also because the planet has come 6 months ago, came under attack by an alien menace known as the Swarm. The Suskalon Defense Force, or SDF, has been fighting a bit of a losing war against them, and our session opened up with you guys arriving at a place called Camp Cavalier, just south of the capital city of Brinoa. And while you guys were dispatched to the escarpment, to the Delta Escarpment, let me bring you guys over there. I think we had you right here. Let me get rid of the folks who could not make it tonight. Or at least not yet. I know George is joining us later. There we go. You guys had what you might call an extraterrestrial encounter, or extra Suskalon encounter.
Yeah.
With two of these lovely things. What do you guys remember about these critters?
They would latch on with their, call it mouth, face, mandibles, and then keep attacking and doing damage to us, and they were really hard to get off.
And they burrowed. They were burrowing foes.
Yeah, they burrowed underneath and come up and attack us.
Oh yeah, from underground.
Yeah, and it was George's character took the brunt of their attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. He's probably the spy. I mean,
So, knowing that Briz needs to take, if he takes 10 minutes, he can catch his breath. You guys may wish to do so way out in the boonies where you are. But what you heard at the end of the last session was a crackling coming over your comm units. You know that because of the ongoing orbital and suborbital engagements between the Susquehanna Defense Forces space units and the Swarm's space units, the jamming has made comms extremely unpredictable. But you heard something break through that said, I repeat, all squadrons form up on Inter-Region Highway 12. Brnoa is being fully evacuated and we have to defend the civilians while... And it cut out, leaving you guys in the cold, in the dark, and at least 2 hours travel from Camp Cavalier.
But that's not where we were told to muster.
No, you were to Highway 12. Highway 12 is actually on the western side, I believe, of Brnoa. Yeah, on the western side, which is where these people will be evacuating from.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not going back to camp. We're supposed to muster.
Yeah.
At that other place.
And Brnoa is where, Bone, you actually have been living for the last... If your family is not necessarily from Brnoa, it's where you certainly would be from because the Crush Ball Arena is located there. And as one of the pros, you would have been there as well. Druda, I don't know whether you feel that you likely lived in the same region or whether you were traveling more and came back.
She might have been traveling around, right?
Yeah, because you're a Xenoseeker, so it could very well be that you may have been off elsewhere and then you heard about the troubles in Susquehanna and returned in order to, sign up. Jeff, you had some insight too into your Bone and Druda's family.
Yeah, so I was thinking that our parents lived here on Susquehanna, and as a member, I didn't come up with a name for my team yet, but as a professional crush ball player, I was afforded 2 seats on an evacuation ship. And I basically went over to my parents' house and told them, I'm joining the fight. You got to get on this escape ship. And then they're like, you are not joining the fight. And we had a fight. And it eventually ended with me leaving and agreeing not to join the fight if they get on the ship to evacuate. And sort of since that day, the invasion has just gotten crazier and everything's been happening. Maybe, I don't know, Kevin could probably elaborate on that, but essentially the war reached us. And so I have not spoken to them and I do not know if they got on the ship. I did not keep my word, but I hope they kept theirs.
Mm-hmm. How's all that sound, Carl?
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds good.
And then it has... Who is she barking at?
So they may be off planet, they may not. I don't know. We come from a stubborn family.
Hold on a moment here. What is?
Yep. I'd say our parents are probably just as stubborn as we are.
Nice.
That's where we get it.
Well, and I'm thinking, with the sort of adventurous and tough characters that we are, that comes from our parents. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe even one of the 2 parents might have military history. I don't know. So,
which of you 2 do you think is closer to, say, your father?
Probably Druda.
Okay. And then
humanize him. I don't know.
Okay. So Druda is, and why do you think that is?
Perhaps he's more of a. What do you think, Jeff? So let's say the father might be the more studious university type, or scientist type, and our mother is maybe fought in the war with the Swarm the last time, right? Wasn't there like a war? Is it that close to war?
It's 20. I believe it's 21 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like
that would
that.
work. What do you think, Jeff? If that's the case.
Yeah.
So since I have the more of the scholarly attitude our father has. You know.
So maybe he was a priest of some kind. Damertash, I believe, is the name of the Veskian goddess. Mm-hmm. So it could have been someone, Damoratosh. Sorry, not Damertash. Yeah. The last time a swarm attacked was 291, and the current year is 392. No, 319. So that would have been 20. What is that? 28 years ago?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. So Vests, I think, have a shorter lifespan than humans. If I remember, because they were mentioning someone being old at 65. So then, all right. So that gives you some good insight for where you guys are. So you've just finished facing off against two of these swarms. The comms have cut out once again. I'm going to assume you're going to take 10 minutes just to catch your breath, or because Briz is a little hurt and a little shaken up. So I'm just going to give him I want to spend one of his resolve points and give him all his stamina back for when George gets in. He'll be ready to go. What do you guys wish to do next then?
So I think we're going to go towards that road, form up towards that road, right?
Is Briz actually hurt, as in like needing medical attention?
Yeah, Briz is he's down 6 hit points.
Do you have some ability there?
I was just going to do a medicine check on him, but I don't know if that is...
Let's see here. So I don't think that you can restore hit points with medicine, but let me double check that.
I think you just have to use the syringe shot.
Yeah.
Which we did have some of.
You can give long-term care, and like first aid will prevent someone from dying.
If we don't have time for long-term care, we got to get rolling. But
yeah.
I don't know if he's got a shot I can administer or...
I do not know. Oh, Dave, we lost your video for some reason.
Want me to reconnect?
Yeah, maybe hit reconnect. See if that sorts that out for you. That is... Boom, perfect. Gotcha. He may have, I think he may have picked up a syringe, but we'll let, that's a matter of like one action to administer, so he can heal himself up if needed. I don't think you guys have any other things. Zill, the biohacker, he has access to something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, he's taking care of an ill spouse tonight. So anyway. So what do you guys are thinking then? To make your way back, it's going to be another survival check. To try and go back, and any of you guys can make a try for that.
So treating deadly wounds takes 1 minute. DC is based on the medical equipment used. If you succeed on the check, you restore 1 hit point per level or CR of the creature you're treating.
Oh, okay.
If you exceed by DC by 5 or more, you add your intelligence modifier to the amount healed.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, you can do that during the downtime there. So let's see here. The DC based on the medical equipment used. So I wonder, let's check under. For those listening at home, it's been a long time since we've run Starfinder on a regular basis, and so we're still reacquainting ourselves with many.
And it can only do this per creature per every 24-hour period.
Okay.
Unless it's delivered.
Well, again, you already beat 20. I imagine that the target number's got to be at the most 20. It's just a question of whether you get your intelligence bonus to it or not. So let's see here. Let's see here. True deadly wounds. Thanks for catching that too, Dave.
Chapter 7 for medicine tasks.
Let's see here.
So we all rolled survival on the way out here?
Basic med kit, treat deadly wounds is DC 25.
Okay, and it says you have to be trained?
I believe that's one of the... trained only is for medicine. Are you trained in medicine?
No, it's a class skill, but I did not take a rank in it. So
I don't know what's going on, David. We just lost your camera again.
Really?
I don't know what's going on with your camera tonight, but All right, so then you haven't made him any worse, but just the nature of the injuries he's got, those horrible lacerations he got from their scratching claws, just a little too bad to treat just yet. So what I'd like you guys to do then is, if you're turning to make your way back towards Highway 12, again, you're just going to sort of navigate a little to your left and then make your way overland. I'm assuming you're also keeping your eyes out for any of the swarm that may be,
we're on high alert. I mean, we just fought some.
Yeah, we just fought some, right?
Yeah.
And we were told by the major that once one spots you, then they all spot.
Yeah, they all.
So.
Yeah, because they
they
have this telepathy thing.
Yep. So, okay. So what you guys can do is you can once per day you can choose to hustle, like basically double your rate for an hour, and then you can and then if you choose to continue hustling, you just make a fortitude check to see if you're going to get or fortitude save if you get exhausted by it. Or maybe it's con check, but I can check for one or the other. But what it'll do, it'll get you there a little faster and might avoid any travel, or you can just, try and travel at your normal rate and worry about not getting lost. Because if you get lost, that's going to add to your time traveling back too.
We're trying not to get lost. I think we're trying not to get lost.
Yeah, I think at this point we are feeling pretty rookie out here. So I think moving at a slower pace, not getting lost and not getting ambushed is more important than hustling to Highway 12.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Right.
So you guys do a quick, double check on your map. A little holo display comes up. Oh boy! And you then would kindly each of you give us a survival check.
Oh,
Bones, not great. We're also, a reminder, we are playing with Astonishing Fortune.
We're survival.
You guys have 3 points of Astonishing Fortune for tonight. There you go.
Oh, finally. Druida's paying attention. So fortunately, with Druida, you are able to get yourself there without getting lost. Bone and Knickknacks, I think you are likely keeping so much attention focused on anything further ambushing you, any noise you hear over the sound of the wind, any shifting in the snow, and maybe you're just like that kind of thing where you keep double checking your map so much that you're getting yourself progressively lost and getting turned around on the map. So, but fortunately, after a 2-hour period, you guys are able to make your way back to the west side of Renoa. Now, you can see Brenoa before really you can see the highway. And the first thing, and even before that, you guys can hear, as you're getting in, Druida and Bone. You guys are the ones who hear this first. You can hear the sound that, like, the aka, of gunfire or projectile gunfire, the distinctive kind of like zorching sound of energy weapons and explosions in the or lights thereof as you guys are getting closer. The sun finally comes up as you're approaching Renoa, and I believe I've got a handout for you on this as well. Not a handout, but a illustration here. Where is it? Did I, or did I not? I do not. I'm a vicious liar. So what you can picture, well, it's actually pretty good, I think. Give me a sec here. Let me add another thing here for you. Go. I'll bring you guys over. All right, so let me bring you over here, guys. Let's see if I've got your
tokens. I do not have your tokens.
Your game going?
Here we go.
I started some coffee.
Okay, there we go.
And William Kitty, say hi.
Hi back at her. Okay, so what you guys can see is the city itself, as you approach, is, I mean, it looks like a, you know, some kind of space in hornet's nest that has been, you know, angrily disturbed. Because there are buzzing things over, both mechanical and biological, that are engaged in a furious fight over the Brinoan skyline. Knickknacks, where do you think you've been working since you came here? I know you're not originally from Susquehanna. Have you?
No, and I don't think it was anything military necessarily. Like transport driver, doing some piloting, and or working.
Might I make a suggestion then? What about if you worked in one of the space docks? You sort of, if you're kind of piloting, kind of working, you could have been like an orbital shuttle, you know, pilot of some kind.
Yeah, I think there was one of her skills was, so she came with life science and engineering skills, and piloting was something she picked up a little later on. So it was, you know, it's kind of like the North American person who comes from outside of North America and they're like all this knowledge and you know, doctorates in all these things, and then they end up sadly driving like a taxi cab or something like that.
Okay.
She's like, I've got life science and engineering, and I'm stuck driving a freaking shuttle because they don't want me working in their labs.
Now maybe when they realize that you're a bit of a mechanical genius and you can pilot ships, they're like, awesome, you can keep these pieces of shit in the sky. Go ahead and drive one, you know? So you know some folks up on the, you're maybe not familiar, apart from, you know, a couple of times visiting Brinoa, but it sounds like Bone and Druda, this is your hometown. You know, this is, so the skyline is something familiar, but it is shockingly disturbing in the way that, you know, coming home to utter, you know, destruction can only be. This is coming home to find your home, your family home or your childhood home burned to the ground. The skyline is, in addition to being full of the gleaming spires that you're normally accustomed to seeing, there are angular tendrils of acrid black smoke that drift up, carried off by the wind, staining the sky. And there are, you can see detonations from either when things are hitting the side of the buildings, or when the weapons are hitting the sides of the buildings, or when vehicles or the creatures of the swarm smash into them. This is not how you left Brinoa, 8 hours ago. This place was, you arrived here, you made your way through the city. It has changed for the worse so quickly. What you can see is that as you get a little closer, and you can see closer to where Highway 12 is from basically where you can see it, the land around Brinoa on the outskirts of it is mostly farmland. So it's fairly even, it's fairly easy to see for quite some distance outside of it. But the highway is fucking packed. And what Bone, is, and actually Druda as well too, the Western Highway will take you to a city called Rios City, R-E-O-S. That is likely where they are heading. It's several dozen, they're heading south actually, not west. This is several dozen miles to the south. But as you guys are, what you can also see is there are members of the SDF in their uniforms that are directing people, directing traffic, and you can see as you get closer to the nearest kind of big detachment of the SDF, there are people setting up fortifications, at least crude ones, that are facing Brinoa City. And you can hear people kind of, or barking orders or setting things up. There are civilians who are arguing with members of the SDF trying to get back into Brinoa City. And they're like, you cannot go back in there. It is not safe in there. And blah, 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 blah. So this is what you guys come upon. And then, Well, I guess what do you guys do here as you approach? There, you can imagine there's a small squad of maybe 5 soldiers, various different races who are either directing traffic or sort of like getting things ready, loading weapons, double checking them, things like that.
I guess we would probably look for our commanding officer or whoever's in charge of us to tell us where we're supposed to be stationed.
Yeah, well, that sergeant who we're supposed to report to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can look around for him.
Major Jalda Marak.
If
we can't find him, then somebody.
Or we ask where he is. If anybody knows where he is.
They look, kind of looking at the Vesk, and they sort of point over in a direction, and you can see Jalda Marak talking to one of the, another group of soldiers, gesturing off to, a place that's east of the highway, and giving directions. As soon as you guys start making your way towards him, he looks over and he says, "Glad you could join us, Midnight Squad. No time for rest. Get your rears in gear. Double time up to the front. The swarm is about to take Bernoa. Now we're going to give these evacuees as much time as we can before the Vexers come flooding out of the city."
Take Bernoa?
Yeah, that's the town.
Bernoa, the capital city.
Capital city, yeah.
It's taken already?
It's taken already. I told you, these things had a plan in mind. Did command listen? Oh, no. Well, we're not letting these people suffer as a result of the poor planning on the account of our superiors.
We had a successful scouting mission, sir.
That's good to hear. If we survive this, I will look forward to hearing it. He looks at, kind of calls up a little holo display on his forearm, hits a thing, like a point that sort of changes color from blue to red, and then he sort of flicks his fingers towards you guys. Each of your maps will now update, and he says, "Take position there."
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and he turns and
any special orders or the same?
Don't
same as
kill as many of them as you can.
Yep.
You exterm as many Vexers as you can get your weapons on.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Any extra ordnance we can get?
Get over there now. This is utter chaos. Like there are people who are straggling in from patrols and things like that. Like this is not an orderly, defense that's being put up here. And once you get closer to where he is, or where he's sent you guys, what you can see is basically it is a crater that they've asked you guys to sort of, take up position in. What do you have any? Things you want to do, try and make this thing safer. From where you are, you're about a half mile probably, or maybe a mile away from the outskirts of Bernoa City, and you unfortunately have a perfect view of everything that is, of the battle that is just tearing that metropolis apart.
Okay. Well,
do we want to try and fortify the wall or the barricade, maybe move some things together, or maybe make it harder for the creatures to get by?
Yeah, if we have a chance to improve the fortifications, make an impromptu barricade, that's pretty good.
Or maybe a place to shoot through after all those great rules Kev mentioned about cover.
Sounds good, Ned. You tell me what to move and I'll move it.
Right. Yeah, we could do some of the heavy lifting if you have a good idea there.
Sure.
Knickknacks.
I think knickknacks is like kind of scanning over the environment that we've got and trying to take log of like what kind of items are there and what we can do to try and just push things together, tighten it up, or even if we have to do some quick welding, or we might not have a welder, but
okay.
And then she'll start letting people know what we need to do to make sure those little.
I think
squirmy
why don't you
little-
do this? Why don't you give us? It's engineering, isn't it?
That'd be engineering. Okay.
Yeah. Give us an engineering check here. I think this is the song I want. No,
That's
the one
kind of
that-
pitiful.
That's sort of kind of pitiful.
Yeah.
It's only a 9. You want to spend Sauntering Fortune and reroll?
This might.
I mean,
swing the
that's
door.
probably good enough. Like with I think that's one of the. I'm not sure if you decided on it, Jeff, but I remember you saying before one of your things was going to be a shovel. Did that end up being the case?
Yeah, it is actually.
Perfect. So then,
That's cool.
it reforms into a shovel. He gets to work, and you're going to have full cover, or not full cover, but you'll have cover for this. So +4 to your AC, +4 to your reflex saves, and I think that's it. What's the other one? +2 to something else, isn't there? Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. So cover +4 to AC, +2 to reflex save. That's what I was mistaken or conflating the two. Okay. Yeah. So that gives you about enough time while you're working on that. Dorota and Nicknax, what are you guys doing?
Well, Droda can her strongest thing is athletics, and she can move things around. But,
Sure.
To aid one or the other.
Okay.
If that's probably her best bet.
Yeah. So you guys all get to work on that. Bone, when you have your free moments to catch your breath, what you can see, you look up, and it's when you hear the sound of like a larger explosion that you get up, and you can see, a new tendril of smoke begins kind of making its way up into the cold winter sky. But there's something you can see that really dominates the skyline that brings back memory. It's a place called the Brightbridge Tower. Brightbridge is just a financial firm that is active on Susquehanna. And the reason it is important to use because it is almost like from one end of your team's home stadium. When you're playing at home, it's the thing you can see right across the goal line. So this is it's a very, very recognizable part of the skyline that you can see. It's weird now seeing it from the opposite side, but you almost
exactly.
You can see where the stadium would be, and you're there is a big tendril of smoke coming up from behind the Brightbridge Tower. So whether that's the stadium going up or not, and then before you really have time to think about that, you can see a series. First, one large explosion just blows out the side of Brightbridge Tower at about the 3/4 mark, and then a series of smaller explosions make their way down, and the whole fucking thing begins collapsing and then falling down.
Oh my gosh.
And as you, I think it's loud enough. So one of the comms, I think, cuts in for a brief moment, and you can hear someone else say, "Oh God, they took down the tower! They've got," and then back to static again. And you guys are watching this with a bit of, I don't know, what's going through your mind right now, guys?
Well, for Bone, I think for sure it is just like this thought that like we're never going back to the same life is what is seeing that tower come down is like, he thinks he's probably never going to play crash ball again, and life has changed essentially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of loss of life there. That's, I think, what Druda's contemplating.
Yeah. You see the packed highway, and I mean, it looks like a tiny, straw coming out of a lake. Like, there's no way that they got anywhere near even half of the people out of Brnoa City before the swarm got there. Nicknax, what are you thinking?
I think she's feeling kind of insignificant and small in this like big picture of what's going on, and just hoping that she can make some kind of difference and help in some way.
Sure. Before you guys really have even a moment to catch your breath from that tragic sight, why don't you each give us a perception check here? Let's see who goes highest.
Yuck.
Okay, 9, 10.
11.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Here, Nick Nax, come on, give us. There it is. Nick Nax, you hear kind of a thump from behind you. Or more like a clack, like a clatter or something. And you look over for a moment, and what you can see is there is a smoldering piece of metal on the ground. And you're like, and this is only about 15 feet or 20 feet away from you. Maybe a little longer, actually. It's probably about 60 to 100. And before you really have time to sort of puzzle out what's going on, all of you are suddenly cast in shadow. And Nick Nax, you're the one who looks up, and you're like, take cover, take cover! And what you guys can see as the shadow passes overhead...
Dropship.
It's actually not a dropship. This is a huge fucking structure falling out of the sky. There's a trail of fire and smoke and debris behind it as this thing that looks like the size of a decent-sized town goes overhead, leaving a trail behind it, and then it crashes just to the slight north of where Bernoa is, and there is a dull thump, and then a blindingly bright light, followed by an explosion that every single one of you can feel in your back teeth. And if you follow Nick Nack's instructions, you all get behind that cover you've built just in time for when the ash cloud hits you. You do not need to make a roll, Nick Nax, because of your familiarity with it. One of Suskalon's space docks just fell out of orbit.
So one of ours.
What if it's one of the space docks? It must have just crashed.
What I need is for each of you to kindly give us a will save.
Ooh.
If you fail this, you will have the shaken condition. Success from Bone. Oh, fail from Druta and Nick Nax. Do you guys want to spend? Shaken is -2 to ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks. This is what I would like to think of as the Hudson effect.
It's over, man.
Not for nothing. This session is called, well, that's just great, man.
Funny.
So, Druta and Nick Nax, you guys can spend Astonishing Fortune to re-roll if you like. DC is only 12 for this.
I'll try. Yeah, I got close.
Okay.
I rolled a 5 and a 6 last two rolls. Much better. Druta kind of takes a deep breath, focuses on the yin and yang of her philosophy and her focus, her
Nick Nax.
stellar revelation.
Yep.
And and it's like gets herself together.
Okay, so you, what I'll say, I'm going to actually, for the nat 20 for this, because this is effectively like a save versus trauma, mental trauma effect. I'm going to give you a point of Astonishing Fortune back from that nat 20. And
shaken?
Yeah, shaken. So you take off the shaken condition on that. It should automatically calculate everything for you.
Yeah, you have a shaken. That's cool.
So this,
I like that about this character sheet.
Yeah, it's pretty handy in that way. So what happens is the cloud of smoke or dust hits you guys, and it just completely, encapsulates you guys. You cannot see for more than about 50 feet. Anything more than 5 feet away from you, but less than 50, is completely shrouded in dust. You know, and then anything further than that, you have no idea. You can still hear the muffled sounds of the battle and everything else, and every now and then there's a pop through on your comm, but none of it is coming through as actually intelligible. Druda, I picture you, like, as soon as that happened, I picture you sort of manifesting your weapon. Bone, you neither had a overly bad or overly great, you know, reaction, so you're just, you know, ready to take the fight to the swarm. But I think you both can see that Knickknacks is just standing there, completely shocked. You know, completely insensate, seemingly, to either of you guys.
I think maybe partly because of what we maybe partly what we determined it was. It's like one of the docks where she knew people. She'd been working there. She'd been flying in and out. She's like, you know, names are flying by and faces of people that maybe were up there that crashed into. Just totally shaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can we try to, like, snap her out of it?
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you suggest?
A good old, well, I'll shake her first. If that doesn't work, then
so Knickknacks,
something more forceful.
Drew just sort of, you know, hey.
Snap out of it, kid. Snap out of it. Tries to do her best impersonation of the Major.
Major Sheldon Marak.
And I'm trying my best not to go, it's over, man.
Let's put her in charge. What? So how does Knickknacks react then? Like, you're not stunned, so you feel free to roleplay it however you like.
I think she's very cerebral. She's very in tune with, like, her emotions, but also she's pretty passionate about some things, and she's just feeling, like, super overwhelmed right now. Like, it's just way too much all happening at once.
Yeah.
It was easy when we were going into training and everything was a controlled environment, and it's like, yeah, you're going to be fighting enemies and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, that's great, but now it's just everything's happening and just can't handle it.
You hear once again, something cuts through the static of it, and you can hear first the sound of gunfire. And you hear the sound of a Veskian voice. Again, a Major Sheldon Marak. Hold the line! Hold the... And it cuts out. And you guys are looking around in the haze. If you hadn't had that, you know, the reinforced cover set up for yourself, you would not even know. The haze is so bad, you wouldn't even know which side is which, right? So you can see... you're looking, you know, back and forth in this, where you're just choked by the dust that's settling around you. What are you guys doing? There's no sign of movement yet, and static coming through on the comm links.
Let's see. We're not really in combat, right? So
Nope.
yeah, we have to actually be in combat to start my thing. Oh, although
Should we be checking out the wreckage?
It's got to be at least more than a mile away, and
I know. But it's like,
Knickknacks. What you don't need to make a roll because you're level in engineering, but you think that the core reactor must have gone off when it hit. It's effectively like a small yield fusion bomb just went off on the north side of the city.
oh man. So we should actually stay away from it.
yeah.
Your suits, so long as they have power, do have a degree of radiation protection, but yeah.
We should shouldn't we, like, hold this, like the Major
we're
said?
hold this position. This kind of.
Yeah, I know. It's just a lot.
You guys can hear.
Hold
Go ahead,
position. Get ready. You kind of. I guess I want to say stay frosty, but it's so cliche. You know, stay frosty. Stay frosty. Something's gonna be something's coming. You know it. You know something's going to be coming through that dust.
Okay.
So trying to take aim, look through there. I don't have anything. Like I don't have anything to pierce the fog yet. I don't want to. The idea I thought is like to try to call on like the black hole stuff to suck all the dust, but then that would just make things worse. So.
Well, you're dealing with an ash cloud thrown up by a ball. There's no way that you've got the ability.
There's no way, right?
No,
so,
there's way too much right now.
So all we can do is like sit tight and wait. Narrow our eyes, keep our things peeled. Try to concentrate. And we know that they burrow underground, some of them, so sense for vibrations.
You look down at the snow-filled crater. Jesus, how would you even see it?
Yeah.
And that's when you hear the first from somewhere off to the left. You hearing the pop of guns going off. And then you hear again from the right now. And that is shortly followed by screams.
Okay.
In this crater, which is about 50 feet, it's 50 feet across, so 25-foot radius, you have that cover set up on the facing towards the north, towards Brenoa. Where do you picture you guys being positioned right now?
We haven't even seen many refugees pass by us either, right?
On the Highway 12, there were tons going by. Like the highway was choked with people.
Okay.
But that is, that's a good 300 feet or 400 feet away from you.
Okay. We don't have anything to toss into the crater, like grenades to toss in that direction.
Well, you're in the crater, remember?
Oh, right.
Grenades? Did you want a grenade?
Anything, guys? Where are you positioned? Describe for us. Let's do it this way. Describe for us where specifically you guys are doing right now, as you look off into this and try and see anything in this haze of dust.
I'd say crouched and behind some of the barricade that we have created, kind of peering into the dust, laser pistol out.
Okay.
Hammer in the other hand, just in case they get close. Although actually, I guess maybe not even hammer. I just create my thing.
Yeah.
Grab the moat. So pistol in one hand, sword in the other, light sword.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know if that'll do anything.
If there's a little bit of light that comes from it, but it's pretty much swallowed up as soon as it lights the haze of particles and whatnot that hang in the air near you. But Bone, where are you?
I think that Bone has, as soon as he saw that thing hit the ground, he changed his shovel back to his shotgun, and I just imagine him. I don't know if that's sweat or not, but like he is whatever the equivalent of sweating.
Yep.
And like wiping the dust and the sweat from his brow and his eyes, and basically. It's been a long day. We were up all night on our shift, and so I think he's used to working hard, but this is like levels of stress that he's not used to, and it's just like blow after blow. It's just like his last thoughts were the world's not going to be the same, and now this spaceport is down, and he can see how much it shook Knickknacks, and so I think he's just like bracing for all the war to just hit them like a wave at this point is what he's imagining.
Well, and you can hear it on either side too, right? Like you can't see it, but you can hear the other they've been hit. What about you, Knickknacks?
I think at first Knickknacks is like got her back to part of the barricade, and she knows she's supposed to be looking over and she's supposed to be like watching for the enemy and stuff, but she's like just trying to get herself back together. So she's like, no, they would have evacuated. They would have known that the reactor was going first. They would have had, and she's calculating in her interprocessor or exoprocessor, like how long they would have had to escape and what their chances of getting escape. But she's trying to reassure herself that her friends weren't on there. And then once she kind of gets that through her system, she'll pull a frag grenade and have it handy in her throwing hand, and she'll have her pistol in her other hand, and she'll turn around and kind of like taking on a project systematically. This is how I'm going to attack it. I'm going to find an enemy, I'm going to target it, and I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to work on it one at a time.
Okay.
Almost like her to-do list.
Okay. So you've got yourself working through that. Would each of you kindly give us a perception check once again?
My character sheet closed. Sorry, my character sheet closed. I'm just reopening. Bam.
Oh, man.
Okay. 12. Oh, 18 for Drew. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, not quite good enough. So you guys are, I'm picturing you have a vest on either side there, knickknacks. And it's, Druda, you're the one who, unfortunately, is still not, not aware. But you then sort of, too late, you realize that the earth beneath you and beside you begins to give way. Four dredgers dig themselves up here. One under each of you, and then one a little further back. Now, because of the so John mentioned last time a surprise round, and it got me thinking. There is a surprise round thing where you can either take a move action or a standard action or a whatever it is, a minor action or free action or whatever, swift action, whatever they call the minor actions in this game. So that means that they're able to get out and be next to you, but that is the extent of their actions this turn, guys. Each click on your token, and then click on initiative, please. I'll roll for these suckers. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate it, put it down here, so that, boom. I do not accidentally erase them again. You may remember these things were keen on jumping on and grabbing your, latching themselves onto you and then raking away. Our initiative was +2, so I got an 11. Alrighty, so then the surprise round was them coming out. Nick, you're first up, or Knickknacks, you're up first. What do you want to do?
Just wanted to see if this is a swift or bonus action.
Move action.
To move action?
To designate an enemy, yeah.
Okay, so with a move action, she will engage combat tracking and latch onto one that is, or target one that's not latched on yet.
Okay.
Now grenades, they have a area of effect.
Grenades, yes. You target a specific area, which is usually you can target or try and hit a target, or you can try and hit an area. If you're trying to hit an area, I think it's a DC. AC of 15, so AC of 5, forgive me, AC of 5, if you're targeting like a grid intersection, so if you just want to hit an area near them. The grenades, they make a save, and then they take damage equal to whatever the damage of the grenade is.
Okay, so she's got 4 frag grenades. I was actually trying to see if there was a write-up or something. But
there should be under the weapons, or attacks tab.
Oh, under the attacks tab, okay. Yeah,
I think so.
It didn't copy description over. Well, that's fine. I will look it up in the equipment.
Did it not? Let's see here. You should be able to drag and drop it from the whatchamacallit. Yep, there you go. There you go. I mean, that was a 1. You want to spend a point of astonishing fortune to re-roll that?
Oh, that's a 2 to attack?
Yes. Because you rolled a 2, you got a +1 to your attack roll, and then -2 because of shaken.
Yes, I'd like to re-roll the grenade that I'm tossing between me and Bone.
Yeah,
Yes.
not a bad idea.
How many astonishing fortune do we have?
You have 2 points. 3 points, I believe, right now. No. I believe you have 2 points because you spent 2, and then you gained 1 back.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, yeah, I'll definitely re-roll.
Okay. Let's see here.
Because let's not end the session before 9 o'clock on a TPK because of a grenade.
So go ahead and give us an attack roll again.
I thought I did.
It'll prompt you for full attack or not. There's always a pop-up for that, for attacks. There you go. And that's a good fucking hit, too. So you toss this thing down, it explodes, and it hisses, and you see it's that mandible, or the tri-mandibled mouth kind of opens up and snarls at you. That, I believe, is it for you, Nick, or Knickknacks. And then it is these critters' turn. So we got 1 on you, Knickknacks, that is going to try and... it's going to do a multi-attack, so it's going to try and attach to you, and then try and claw you. So let's see here. Knickknacks, your KAC is a 13, right?
Yes.
I need a 10 to hit you. 7 misses, so it jumps up, it tries to grab on you and misses. I'll try and grab a second time. Nat 1, a miss. So the one that's next to you, you're sort of, managing to keep this thing at a distance. The one you blew up, it skitters in and is going to try and jump on you as well. It's only get 1 attack, but it does have a better chance of hitting. 16 is enough, so one of them, it's up on you right now, Knickknacks. Bone, your KAC is a 15, so I need a 12 to jump on you and then rake you. 7 is not good enough, so try it again. 9. So this thing, likewise, too, is jumping up. You sort of batter it to the side. It leaps a second time, and you hit it with your elbow, knocking it back. It's still at your feet, just not able to get up on you. And then finally, Druda, your KAC is a 15 as well.
15 also,
yeah. Okay, so then I need a 12 to get you. 13, he's up on you. So we'll latch one of these suckers on you. And rakes with his claws. It likewise needs a 12 to hit. Misses! So you're somehow able to sort of keep this thing at a distance. It's the rear legs are just slashing away, not able to connect with you. That is the end of their turn, guys. Druda, your turn. What are you doing?
So Druda is going to start her process.
Yep.
Do that first. Yellow, right?
Yellow if you're going to solar, yes.
Yeah, yellow.
Yep.
And I guess I have to figure out, I guess, purple for the other one. There's no black.
Yeah.
All right, so she's going to start that. She has her sword out.
Yep.
She's going to try to slice this thing on her.
Okay, so because it has, I grabbed my Alien Archive. Boy, I can't wait for the Alien Archive cards to come out because I'm sure they're going to have the Universal Creature rules on one card. So I don't have to keep looking them up. This is, here we go, change. All right, so you have, oh, this is just a lot harder. Yeah, you're able to do that. It's harder to hit this thing with the one hand. So go right ahead, make your attack.
Yeah, with a Solarian sword, so
Yep.
I'll attack.
So go ahead. Go, come on.
Not full attack, regular.
13 is, now does this, oh, it's this slashing, right? So this K.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's KAC.
Yeah, KAC. Okay, so then unfortunately that is not quite good enough. It's a difficult angle.
Right.
Activating your thing, did that cost you a...
I still have a move action.
Yes, so activating or entering the solar state, that doesn't cost anything?
No, it's, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything, and I look for any...
No, then
FAQ.
if it doesn't say, then that's fine. So then what you can...
Can I try to pull it off?
As a move action, yeah, you can try and push this thing off of you.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Okay. DC 11 to throw it off.
Athletics? Or
Just strength check.
Strength check.
Yeah.
So just hit strength.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes! Fly! It's at your feet. Yep. Okay. Then it is Bone. What are you doing, Bone?
Well, I got my scattergun in my hand and this thing right in front of me, so let's fire.
Here you go.
Attacks.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Just want to double check something.
Oh, if I can use it, if it's right in front of me?
Yes, I think. Let's see here. Range attacks.
I mean, otherwise, I guess I could use my my move.
Because you're you could use a move to take a step back. Yeah, because it threatens if you make a range attack against an adjacent target, it gets an attack of opportunity against you. There's only 3 things that trigger attacks of opportunity in Starfinder. One of them is making a range attack while you're adjacent to somebody. Another one is if you're casting a spell. And then for adjacent, and the third one is when you move away without taking a step.
Away.
Well, so I can use my move to change
to take a step.
Item?
Yep, that's a guarded step.
to change my shotgun into my sword.
Oh yes, you can. Yeah.
And then just attack with my sword instead.
Sure. Yep. And then if you want to activate that, you need to take a boost.
No, yeah, I can't do the boost.
Can't do the boost. Right.
Yeah.
So then go right ahead.
Oh, yeah.
But that actually hits. No, you see, these things are only really hard to hit when they're on you.
When they're attached.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a solid hit. And watch this. Boom. You just rake across this thing. It shatters part of its chitin. It hisses. And then it is Knick-Knack's turn. Unless you had anything else, Bone. I don't think.
No, that's all I can do.
Okay, Knick-Knacks, what do you got?
I think she's going to fight defensively.
Okay.
Or is total defense a possibility as well?
Yeah, total defense means you're just not attacking, and you get a bonus of
+4 to armor class until the start of her next turn.
Yep, and then you could, if you chose, you could use your move action, because that's a standard action. You could use your move action to try and throw this thing off of you.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, is to at least survive long enough till one of the Vec friends can help fight out.
You got it. Go ahead and give us a strength check, please. DC 11, just to throw this thing off. Come on. Not one!
No.
She's rolling terrible today.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're just getting them out of the way right now. So you're trying to throw this thing off. It unfortunately is not any astonishing fortune, or are we done?
No, we'll be done.
Alrighty. These things turns. I'll start with the ones that are on Knick-Knacks. So we got one on Knick-Knacks that is going to try and rake you twice. It is, let's see here. Then they have +2 to hit, which means only -2 to each of these attacks. I need an 8 to hit you, Knick-Knacks. First claw, 7. Miss you by 1. Second, 5. Oh my god. They actually miss you with the first 2 attacks. The other one is going to spend its first multi-attack. Actually, I think this other one just wants to leap on you. That'll be its only action. Fucking 10 misses. You're somehow managing to keep
screaming.
You're getting lucky.
Yep,
She's like, help me, help me.
This injured one is going to do 2 attacks. It's going to try and leap on you. First bone. Misses. And then the second try and leap. 4. No, misses by 1. No, hits.
Goodness.
No, forgive me, hits.
Oh, damn it.
Yes, up on you, and then but doesn't have enough attacks to actually rake you. Druda, one's going to jump on you. Misses with the first attempt. Misses with the second attempt. You guys are not the only one having shit dice rolls to start with. So this thing's leaps up Druda and then leaps again, and you're able to keep it at a distance as that the fiery light of the solar energy begins to grow. Your turn, Druda. You now have 2 points of solar
2
energy
points
on you.
of solar energy.
What are you doing?
All right. So she's going. This one didn't get on her, so she's going to attack.
Go right ahead. Come on.
With her solar sword.
Yeah.
Why did?
So it'll prompt you for whether you want full attack or regular attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think I just want to try to finish these things, right?
Okay.
Go.
Oh, nice hit.
Only 3 points of damage, though.
Okay, so your sword hacks across the back of this thing.
Maybe I should have. Yeah, I mean, I should have done the full attack, but maybe next time.
Next time. So you hit that one. You still have a move action if you choose.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do to move it. So,
Bone.
I mean, am I close to Knick-Knack, or how far away are we?
You guys I'll picture you're within a couple of steps of one another. Yeah.
Okay, maybe will 5 foot step back so that I get closer to.
So guarded step. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're
step.
adjacent to Knick-Knacks now.
Yeah.
Then Bone, what are you doing?
Hey, so shaking them off is a strength check?
Yeah, move action and a strength check. DC 11.
Okay.
Come on. Yep.
Yes.
Throw it off. Hits the ground.
So I still have an attack left.
Yep. What are you doing? There you go.
Oh, nice.
Enough.
Oh, nice. Good.
Just destroy this thing. All right. Then it is Knick-Knack. What are you doing?
Same verse, same as the first. You can try and shake that thing off.
Go right ahead.
Little defensive ability. Come on.
Oof.
Yay.
You throw it
Good
off.
job.
Nice. All right. And then full defense
Full
again?
defense. Full
Okay.
defense, yeah.
All right. So these things are going to, once again, I think it's going to only try and get on you. Because I guess you get a bonus to AC when that happens. So first one, Knick-Knacks. I need, with your defensive bonus, 17, I need a 10 to get you. 11. That one's back on you. The other one is kind of precious luck. Fuck it, let's do it. So the other one needs an 12 needs a 14 to actually hit you with a grapple. 17, it's on you. And then it needs a 14 to actually injure you. I rolled a 10. So hits your armor, runs across your environmental armor, but does not pierce it. And then finally, Druda. That one that you left behind skitters up to you, leaps on you. Ooh, 14 hits on the first attack. And then for the second one, no, he had to move. That's all he can do. It's just on you.
That was a good idea. Okay.
Yep. Druda, what are you doing?
Druda is not on. It's on me now, right?
Yep, and there's 2 that are on Knick-Knacks.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Again, now I'm at 3. I think you can maintain that, right? You don't have to use
exactly.
the
You
power.
can maintain that state. Yep.
Okay. She's gonna try to kick this thing off first. They seem easier to hit.
Okay.
Right. When they're off, so she's gonna try to kick it off. But then I'm just gonna try to attack it with it on me.
Okay. Go right ahead. Come on. Go.
Did it go? Oh yeah, 15.
Oh, so close. Not quite enough. Now remember, you get +1 to damage, right, from your Solarian state.
+1 to damage.
Yeah, I think that's what you get from being in the.
Oh right. +1 to hit. Oh, is it +1 to hit and damage? Let me look.
I think it's only damage. I don't think it's both.
Okay.
Double check, see if I'm wrong, see if you can get the benefit.
Yeah, the photon mode. Oh, it's only damage.
Yeah, only damage. Okay.
Only damage.
So that is
Okay.
very close. You come so close to getting up on it, but then it sort of like shifts its body and gets further down in your arms, so you can't quite get the sword around. Bone, your sister has one of these things on you, and your companion has 2. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna a theater of mind that we're like sort of in the lineup, as you can see there. So I'm gonna step towards Knick-Knacks and attempt to cut down one of the ones that is attacking her.
Go right ahead.
Are there 2 on? 2 on? Her?
2 on Knick-Knacks, yeah.
So I can full round then this turn?
If you want, but they are because of they're on her. They get that benefit to AC, right?
No,
so,
yeah, you don't. That's right. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, that's why they got 20s on those days. But
oh God!
you do have astonishing fortune left if you want to spend.
No, we also have lots of hours left.
Yeah.
Kev's like, if I could burn all their astonishing fortune in the first hour.
So what do you think? I think it's just like you're being very cautious with your stroke to not hurt her.
Absolutely. It's just like fear of injuring my ally.
Knickknacks, what are you doing? 2 of these things.
I think she's going to try and knock the wounded one off.
Okay.
It's her move action.
Go right ahead. Strength check. Not quite enough.
And then...
You can convert a standard action into a move action if you want to try again. And no penalty to it.
Yeah,
But...
she'll try that. She'll try it again. So she won't get the defensive bonus, but they're already attached, so...
Yeah. Nice! Is it the wounded one you throw off?
Yep.
Hits the ground. It spins around. You know, just like rotating on its 4 legs, getting ready to leap back up on you. These things turn now. One of them looks at you, Bone. And is it going to double action or single action? You guys have been pretty tough. Single action. Going to try and leap on you. No, a 10 is not good enough. But it is engaged with you now, Bone. Knickknacks, the one that's on you is going to just try and get one solid claw off on you. Let me check the damage of these things. I'll roll damage dice and attack at the same time to save time here. It needs it needs like a 4 to hit you because of all the modifiers. I'm going to do the math to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so its bonus is +7, and it also gets +2 because if it's attached to you. So +9. I rolled a 13. Do you have anything that is providing a benefit to your AC right now? Because I just barely hit your KAC.
I'm shaken.
You're shaking, son.
5 points of damage as one of the things rakes along your side. It doesn't quite. This is going to come off of your stamina. Doesn't quite get through yet, but you can feel like it's getting you into a closer to a more dangerous position.
So that's coming off. That's coming off stamina.
Yes, the blue bar. Then it is the attack on Druda. What do we think here? 1 attack or 2 attacks? I think only 1 attack. Isn't trying to get a solid hit on you. So it is, I need an 8 or higher to hit. No, I need a 10 or higher to hit you because of the benefit. 12 is a hit. I should have rolled damage at the same time. Come on, Kev. That is 6 points of damage on you, Druda. Comes off your stamina as well. It manages to rake along, not quite through to get your flesh, but you can feel the pressure on the outside of your suit. Druda, you're up next.
Druda is going to try to throw it off again.
Okay.
As a move equivalent.
Yep. Well, move, it's just a move action. There's no such thing as move equivalent in this game.
Okay. So throw it off.
Yeah, easy. Okay. It's at your feet
and
now.
Then slice at it.
Go right ahead. Come on. Here's that big hit. Come on.
Oh, come on. I'd like to use a astonishing.
That's the last point of astonishing fortune you guys have.
Oh, then we don't get it. Okay. Okay.
Your call. If you want to use it, you can use it.
I mean, we're gonna get eaten alive by these things if we don't. All right, I'm gonna try to do it.
Done. Go ahead.
Come on.
Roll 20. What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well.
Bone, what are you doing?
Well, trying to kill this one on me so I can keep taking them off other people.
Okay.
It's not actually stuck to me, correct?
No, it's just it's like turning itself around again, clawing at you with those front
so I
legs.
could full attack it.
You could if you want. Yeah, much easier to hit now. That second one, look at that big hit though.
Yeah.
But that second one is enough to just destroy. What does it look like as you kill this one?
I think he's starting to, see the way to kill these things, and he maybe decapitates the mandible head right off this thing.
And you can see as it hits the ground too. You can see that there's right near where the thorax is. There are eyes set in there that are kind of and then die. Next up is Nick. Knickknacks, what are you doing?
She's going to again try to throw this one off now. And then fight defensively.
Okay.
Or full defense, sorry, total defense.
Okay, so go ahead. Strength check.
So move action, strength check.
Oh, easy. You throw that one off as well.
Yeah.
So we're not using a map, but you can still visualize what's happening. One of the things you could do too, Knickknacks, is you use that as a move action. As a standard action, you could withdraw, which allows you to move at your speed, but not draw attacks of opportunity from the first square.
Oh, okay. So she throws it off, and then she doesn't have to fight defensively because yeah.
Like, fight defensively gives you the benefit of giving +4 to your AC, but you can't move. What you want to do is get some distance between this thing and and yourself. You could scramble back 25 feet or whatever your movement is as a withdraw action.
Yeah, even if I could withdraw to the other side of bone.
Hold on, let me make sure I can't remember. Withdraw might be a full action. Let's just see. Full action withdraw. You can't take a move action. Sorry, Dave.
That's right. It's good for next time if he doesn't grab me. So yeah, I will still go with total defense then.
Total defense. You got it. Okay. Then it is the critter's turn. So the critter that facing Druda did not like you swinging that glowing sword at it. It kind of skitters to one side, skitters to another side, and then leaps up on you once again. It manages to attach again. Swings you around a little bit, but does not have enough momentum to make another attack. And the one on Knickknacks, I think it's going to try and get on you again. I'll do a double attack so I can rake this with a follow-up. To hit you, I need a 19. It's up on you. Now I need I get +2 to this one, so that means I get a +6. I need a 7 to hit you. No. I need an 11 because of your full defense. I got a 13. Once again, rakes. Ooh! This time it is 8 points of damage, Knickknacks.
Okay.
You can see.
So that means my 1 point of stamina is gone?
Your 1 point of stamina is gone, then you take 7 points of hit point damage.
Okay, she has 10 hit points, so she's down to 3.
Yeah, bad hit. Druda, you're up next. What are you doing?
Same thing. It's hard to hit these guys unless they're off. Mm-hmm. So tries to throw it off, and then try to attack it because that failed.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Remember, you can't always convert a standard into a move, so you could make 2 attempts, try and get it off to make it easier for your allies to hit.
Okay, well, next time.
Yep. Bone, what are you doing?
Moving up again to the one that's still on Knickknacks.
Yep.
Attack it. Come on.
Yes!
Yes!
Big hit on this thing. There's a spray of goo that cuts across the back of this thing. Then it is Knickknacks. What are you doing?
She's going to try and throw it off.
Okay. One. You got one more standard action.
She's just going to, try to shoot it with her gun.
Oh, so it would get an attack of opportunity on you then.
Oh, because the range attack and...
Correct.
Short. Okay. Okay, I will use my standard action as my move action from my standard action, or convert it or whatever.
Yep.
And I'll try to throw it off again.
Here we go. Come on. Big strength. Flex those muscles. Yes, and it's off. All right. Now it is their turn once again. All right, start with the one on Druda. It's going to do 2 raking attacks. I have... let's see here. It's 9 minus... So a +5. I need a 10 to hit you with these, Druda. 6 is not going to do it. Neither is a 6. So Druda, the 6, it's flailing at you, but you're able to keep, your arms down to block the it from hitting anything more than superficial damage to your armor, as those arms and their barbed ends are trying to get you. This one did not like getting hit by Bone, so it's going to leap on you, Bone, or try to at least. 19. It's on you.
Hit it. Damn it.
Yeah, jeez. Druida, what are you doing?
Try the same thing, you know.
Okay.
Then one of these days it'll work.
Come on. Let me go, Druida. There you go. Woof, off.
Throws it off. Come on, try to chop it.
Come on. And picturing your eyes are just flaring with photonic energy as well.
Yeah, maybe she'll try to burn it instead.
That would likely kill Knickknacks, because you guys are still next to each other.
Oh, I thought it was like a cone. It's not a cone. It's like an explosion. Isn't
Yeah, it's an AoE.
it? So dumb. But in case she'll just attack it. No, it's just it's
When
an
you're
awful
surrounded by
mechanic.
enemies and it works off.
Oh, come
God,
on. 3
dang.
ones in a row.
My God.
Yeah, it's just,
Holy, what's with all the nat ones?
I know. That's like 3 net ones.
Come on, game.
Took
All right.
the roll 20.
Boom.
I think I've had 3.
You got one on you. What are you doing?
Should try and shake it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So strength check. Because I can't attack the one that's on me,
You
right?
can if you want to. It's just that it's got a +4 to its AC.
Yeah, this is better
So
to throw
easily,
it off first.
you toss this thing off you, then what are you going to do?
Cut it down.
All right. So once again, another clean in one single stroke. The head section is separated from the rest of the thorax. Twitches a couple of times and then lays still. That's it for you, Knickknacks. What are you doing?
Is the one that's near Druda, is it on Druda?
No, she threw it off. And I'm going to say that she positioned it so that it's not adjacent to you. Because Druida did move in to try and protect you.
You're right.
So that means you will not take an attack of opportunity if it... Oh, here, I'll put it there. So it's adjacent to Druida, but not there. Oh, my God.
What?
Yeah, you rolled a 3.
Hey, we're getting better.
All right.
Okay. That's my standard action, and with my move action, I think she'll move like further away and closer to Bone.
Okay. Then
no.
this thing's turn. With Druida left on her own, it's going to try just a single action to jump up on you. 17 is enough. It's back on. Druida, what are you doing?
She's going to move 10 feet away
Okay.
and activate her explosion.
What? You son of a... Now click on the ability again. So I think you set it up so it rolls the damage too, right?
I thought so. Let me see. That's the supernova.
Yep.
Let me see.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
So just give us a 2d6 roll then, please.
Okay, and it's actually 2d6 plus 2, I think, or 1.
+1, 2d6 +1 because of your level. Does it make a...
Well, I think I get the attunement bonus, but there's only 1, right? Out of 2.
Because of the Solarian?
Yeah.
I don't think you get to add that on as well. I think that's just to your attacks. This isn't an attack. This is activating an ability.
Okay.
Okay, so... but go ahead and roll 2d6 +1. Nice! 8 points of damage.
8.
I made my save, so it's scorched a bit. It may be the benefit of it being in so close to you. Just because it was attached.
Yeah.
Now is... Hold on here, I'm going to check something. They make a big hoopla about spell-like abilities and whatnot in Pathfinder 1. Don't think
right.
they make... I'm going to assume they don't make the same issue with it.
It's supernatural.
Okay.
So I don't know if that makes a difference.
It does actually, because I think Supernatural is not a spell-like. Then no attack of opportunity. All right, then it is Bone's turn. Your sister staggered about 15 feet away and then exploded in a brilliant ball of energy, but this thing still is smoldering, still holding on to her.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move and attack it.
Go right ahead.
Oops. Okay, click that twice.
That is
Yay.
good enough. Crack
I
through
barely
its
missed.
chitin, but it's just a grazing hit on it. Knickknacks, what are you doing?
She pulls a frag grenade with her free hand, and she looks down at it, and she holds her pistol out at at Druda and says, "Shake that thing free! I'm holding my shot."
Okay.
So the frag grenade was just dramatic. But,
Okay. Activating your exocortex, remember, is a move action as well. If you wanted to target it. Now, it is this thing's turn. It is desperate and hurt. It's going to flail at you with 2 attacks. So I get +5. I need a 10 to hit you with each of these. Both of them miss, a 9 and a 2. So it's still flailing
roll
around.
20 is like, all the good rolls are going to other games, apparently.
Truda, what are you doing?
She's going to try to kick it off. Can't believe it's not dead.
Yep.
And then, at least if she doesn't hit it, then...
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
It's off. Knickknacks, make your attack.
Yeah.
Oh, you're proficient with long arms too, Knickknack. That's pretty great.
It's a K.
I don't want to rub it in, but if you had your exocortex activated, that would have been a hit.
right.
Because the bonus to hit, yeah. Unfortunately, it's super close. It misses. Druda, you still have a standard action.
She's going to slash with her sword.
Go ahead.
And, slash with the sword.
So it almost leaves a after image behind it as you swing it down?
Yeah, I guess I would throw it off and then activate my thing again, because I have to start from 0.
Okay.
Right? And then attack.
Yep. I think no. You need next round. You've activated it.
Oh, that's right. I'm unattuned.
No. You hold on. No. I'm wrong, Carl. You activated it last round. This round, you're absolutely right. You can.
Okay.
Activate it again. Yep.
I don't know if you have to take like a down round. It doesn't. It's 7 points of damage.
That's enough. All right. So you threw this thing off, and what does it look like? Is he satisfyingly fucking take this thing down?
Yeah, it's just like a stab through it instead of a slap. A stab right through it. Its legs kind of go.
Yeah. It's like those, what do you call it? The things in Diablo. Falls on its back and kind of... With that one down, you spin around. You can hear some cries off in other directions, but there's nothing in your crater any longer. What do you guys want to do?
Take a breather.
If we have time to take a breather, we could spend a resolve and get our our stamina back.
10 minutes to do that.
And then Bones can watch.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll keep watch while you guys sort of try and recover a little bit.
Oh God. 1 hit point. So here's how recovery works. Again, just as a reminder, if you have lost any stamina, you can spend 1 point of resolve to regain all of your stamina.
Yeah, and that's green, right?
Yes.
What's with the ones? There's been a lot of ones tonight.
It's been a lot of ones tonight. Just means that the rest of the time is going to be amazing for you. So, David, if you want, you can also spend 1 point of resolve to...
I'll spend a point of resolve.
Yeah, gain all your stamina back. And it's like just barely... is either Bone or Druta trained in medicine?
No, I think we had this discussion.
No, neither of us. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not.
I will be training in medicine at some point because this is silly.
Are you not trained in medicine?
No, it is a class skill. It's a class
got it.
skill, though, so.
Yeah. All right, then. It is like just barely enough time for you to catch your breath when you can hear once again the comms crackle to life, and you can hear Jaldamarac's voice saying, "All SDF forces, this is a full retreat. Fall back beyond the Deathmar River and regroup at Fort Gallant." And you can hear more shots firing off, and then it cuts out once again, and your comms are once again jammed. You can each give us a culture check if you'd like.
Okay.
If we know where this base is.
Yeah, see where Fort Gallant is. Yep. Knickknacks, you know precisely the place that he's talking about. Fort Gallant is about 24 miles west of your current location. Right along the Deathmar River. Deathmar River itself is close to, I believe, a mile across. Like, it's a huge river. And there is near where Fort Gallant is, there's a place called the Karazhan Bridge. The Karazhan Bridge will take you across there, but and then from the Karazhan Bridge, it's sort of the choke point for that river because there's no other way no easy way across it for 40 miles in either direction.
I just watched Fellowship of the Ring yesterday, the day before. It's like, where's the next crossing? The Brandywine Bridge.
Exactly. All right. So then, guys, what do you want to do?
Let's book her.
Yeah. You said fall back.
Yeah, I mean, step one is fall back because we can't be in the war zone, but we do need to find somewhere to rest. So,
okay.
Yeah.
As you guys begin sort of falling back, the dust begins to settle a little bit, and you kind of wish that it hadn't, because what was a bit of like, gnats or, hornets swarming over the city are now seem like to be just clouds of them. There is whatever... you recall the stories of the Fifth facing the swarm down at the first one, the Battle of Floating Stone or something like that? Mm-hmm. They faced these waves of these things, and it was a holding action more so than an actual successful victory. But you guys will have to get going. What is the lowest speed from everyone?
Well, that depends. Are we going to commandeer your transportation?
Well, if you look around, there are a ton of vehicles that are on the road. You could take a moment, but the risk is if you're however much time you're spending looking on those things, the closer the swarm is going to get. And you can see there are many flying units as part of the swarm. What do you guys think?
I think that, I would look at knickknacks and I would say, how quickly can you get one of these things running?
Question.
So
that depends on the condition of the vehicle, I think.
You can hear again from another squad right near you.
We should just go.
Okay.
What is is everyone's land speed at 25?
30.
30, yeah.
30. What's yours, Knickknacks?
30.
30. Okay, great. I think I'm stuck in PF2 mode. All right, so that is great, which means here we go. Thank you. Adventure. I love when Adventure gives me a page reference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that means that is about an 8-hour period of hiking. Assuming, hold on, that's 8 hours traveling on the highway. Traveling over the hills here.
What if you just did 12 hours of...
this is going to take us more than one day for sure.
With the rate that the swarm is advancing here, you're not sure you're going to have that much time.
So it's push ourselves and risks.
Yeah, this will be it'll probably be about 12 hours. And what that means is you're pushing yourself beyond your where you should be getting some sleep. So you will have to make a save against fatigue for exhaustion. But and you can picture you guys are talking about this as you're displaying the maps, right? You see it's going up, and you're talking back and forth like this is going to take us 12 hours to get there over this terrain. Why don't we do this? Why don't you guys give us a survival check? Your chances of success are quite low here, but let's see if any of you guys can spot a faster way. Maybe there's a way to try and take an easier route that's kind of a roundabout way. 15 4. So we're missing knickknacks. Nah, you can't see anything. So
okay.
So as you guys, are you heading up then?
Yep.
I mean, we don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Right, we don't have time to piss around with the vehicle.
Okay. So you guys turn one bone. I think you're the last one to spare a long last look back at Bernoa, or the ruins of it, and you can't even see where the Brightbridge Tower used to stand. There's just nothing but ash in the air, growing amounts of fires, and a swarm that seems to be blotting out part of the sky, buzzing above it. Would you guys, let's see here. Fortunately, you're not going to get lost making your way over land. It's just, it is a very difficult passage. You guys...
Well, and we're really pushing ourselves here.
Yeah.
We went on patrol, then we came back and got into some fights.
So
we had like maybe 20 minutes of downtime.
Let's see here. So after you guys, I guess, you look back at the Highway 12 and see all the vehicles that are stopped on there. Some of them have been choked out by the dust or abandoned by their inhabitants, or you see holes in the windows where something has broken through, and the stains cast up inside the windows suggest that they may have had encounters with the swarm as well. It's about an hour of rough travel. The comms are still crackling with static, and you haven't seen a single other living thing.
Wow.
Until
that does not bode well.
You hear a little further ahead, you come across a scorched and bisected corpse of one of the dredgers. You look up a little further ahead, and there is... Is the one I want? No.
Like bisected, like someone who was looking at it scientifically? Does it tell?
No, like this is what you guys can do. Who has medicine?
I have points. I don't have a skill.
Yeah, no. I don't.
You don't. Okay, why don't you give us just a medicine check anyway. Let's see if you can... the difficulty is going to be quite high. Knickknacks. This is... I think you've seen plasma burns before. And this is something from a plasma weapon. Perhaps even, the kind of polearm weapon that Vests favor so much, the Doshko.
Huh. I'll explain that to the group.
And you hear a little further up over one of the snowy, rises, and you can hear the sounds of combat.
More fighting.
Yeah. Well, it could be someone in trouble.
What do you guys do?
I have to go check it out.
Yeah, we have to go check it out.
Kim? So you guys break into a little bit of a trot or close to a run. You come over the rise, and drawing back this massive Doshko out of another fallen dredger and then dropping to his knees, you can see Major Jaldamarak.
Oh.
He looks up, and you can see he's got, his war face on, as it were, but then he recognizes you, and he gets a little bit of a smirk. Midnight Squad. I figured you'd be too chatty to die. He's on his knees, and he's got his hand across his stomach, and you can see that there is a great deal of his blood running down the side of one of his legs, and seemingly like oozing out in spurts between his hands.
Ooh. Run up and see if we can help him.
He's just,
Yeah.
He gets in, so you run up, and as you do, he puts his weight on his big Doshko and pulls himself up, and you can see that he's holding his intestines in right now. And not successfully in full cases. You can see there's some stuff coming out. There is at least like 20 of these dredgers around him, though. And he looks up. What do you guys say as you come up?
Sir, can we help you?
No. I'm past helping now. You got your orders. You fall back, and I'll cover you. And he draws out his pistol, and you can see he looks at you and looks up, and over the rise where you guys were, you can see 3 more of those dredgers come up.
Knickknacks pulls a frag grenade off her belt and says, would you like one of these for the end?
He looks and
take a few with you.
I like your spirit. No, and he grabs the something off of his chest, and it detaches from his armor. It's a medallion, and he places it on you, and says, "You're well trained, soldier. You'll make the SDF proud. Now get going. Get yourself to the Karazhan Bridge. I'll hold him off." And he fires, and you can hear one of the dredgers screeches, and then the 3 of them start running down the hill. He staggers forward, and as soon as he does, blood is gushing out of his guts, and he says, "Go!" And his Dashko flares to life, and he runs up towards them. What do you guys do?
And run.
Okay. Run the opposite way, I guess.
All right, so you turn, and you guys go racing off. It's tough to tell how long it is before you stop running, because it sounds like they are going to be over, like the swarm is over the next rise. But eventually you suddenly seem as if all you can hear is the sound of the rushing river on the Dethamar on your left. And you guys are able to slow yourself down to a bit of a trot.
Take out the bridge?
Sorry?
She's like, "Hey guys, do we get across and then try and take out the bridge?"
We'll see what people want us to do.
I think those of you who are familiar with here too, like the Karazhan Bridge it spans the entire thing, and it's this massive, like engineering marvel that has it's a suspension bridge. Okay. You know that massive causeway that they built out into like the Florida Keys? It's something like that, where it's this huge engineering structure. So like, with enough explosives, you most definitely could take it down.
I was somehow thinking like
they need to nuke it. They need to nuke it from space.
So what was
the only
that?
way to be sure. They need to nuke it from space. That's the only way to be sure that bridge is.
For sure. Dave, what were you saying?
I was thinking like, suspension bridge, like Indiana Jones, when he pulls out he goes for the pistol and it's not there, and he's like,
yeah. I can show you guys. This is in better times, but this is sort of what you can, what you recall about the Karazhan Bridge. Oopsies, come on. There we go. There we go, guys, and
Knickknacks pulls up a quick schematic, and she's like, "There's no way we're taking this bridge out."
I don't think that's the goal. We just got to get across it.
All right. This is like Escape to New York.
You do have an opportunity to take a look at what's been pinned on you. And what he has pinned on you is something called a glory medallion. And what this allows you to do is once per day, when you reduce an enemy to 0 hit points, as a reaction, you can immediately take a move action.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool
Yeah. Here, Bone, you should take this. I think it'll help you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Or Druda.
Probably Bones.
I'm not going to be in there killing anybody. I'm just trying to stay alive.
It isn't triggered to melee. It's just whenever you reduce someone to. So, like for instance, when you reduce a target to 0 once per day, you can take a immediate move action like activating your exocortex.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
that's great.
So finish somebody off, and then
you can kill someone, then switch
combat
to another target.
It's another one.
Yep.
Sorry, Carl.
So one of the upsides to the lengths of this travel, and maybe it's because you got this this thing pinned on you now, you can remove your shaken condition. How do you think that that's happened, Dave? As Knickknacks is traveling along, how is it that she's sort of shaken the traumatic experience of seeing, Space Dock 1 come crashing down onto Brinoa?
I think it's partly that, we were able to fight off that group of 4 between the 3 of us. It was a little harrowing having to fight 2 of them when there was 5 of us. Yeah. But then with 2 guys short, and we fought twice as many, and we were able to get away from there. But then seeing the Major having already downed 20, and he was like willing to sacrifice himself for us to get away. I think she was really inspired by that, and it really hit her deep. And maybe she just kind of forgotten about Space Dock 1.
Okay. What about Bone and Druda? You guys have lots of time to be kind of ruminating on what happened and those what you've heard, of what's going on elsewhere on the planet.
Do I need to put this medallion on my character somehow?
I think it's like a...
Yeah, it doesn't weigh anything. It's a light thing, so you can add it on under your equipment. It is a medallion of glory. Sorry, Jeff, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Oh, no problem. I think as far as Bone is concerned, it is... this is just almost what he imagined this war was going to turn into. And I think his mind keeps drifting back to his parents at this point. Like, I just hope they left.
Oh, man. Am I correct in thinking that their either apartment or house or condo or whatever would have been in Brinoa City?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, they better have got on that thing. They better have. And I think he's just,
Does he say anything to Druda?
Yeah, I guess he probably would have asked her at this point, like, have you spoken? Did you speak to them? Do you know if they got out of there?
I haven't. I was
passage out.
So go ahead, Carl.
No, I'm kind of shaking my head. Say, Bone, no, I hadn't spoken to them. I know they wanted us to go, but I agree with you that they should have taken the passage. We still have a war to fight. They fought their war.
I know.
So, but knowing Mom and Dad, they probably gave it to...
Well, I just think, would you have got on that ship? No.
No.
Why don't you each give us a survival check, please?
Jeez.
Okay. Knickknacks. While Bone and Druda are kind of talking to each other a little bit, you're doing your best to sort of keep an eye out for what's not only behind you but also ahead of you. And what you see at one point where there is a little bit of like clearly some melted snow or there was some melting that went on and there was a bit of mud. There are some fresh tracks in here that are identical to the ones that you guys found while you were out on patrol. You may remember that I think it was Briz who told you about them, that it was the markings of a brush stalker. Something you can picture like a combination of like a Great Dane that with cat-like claws, a bat-like face, and then strange speckled reptilian scale on it as well.
I'm having a problem picturing that. If only we knew an artist who could draw it.
Fortunately, the very fine folks at Paizo may have already taken care of that as well.
Okay.
But actually, you know what? Let's do this. You've got access to like there is a localized like Susquehanna equivalent of like the internet. And if you were curious of what that is, you got limited access right now. But I mean, I think that when maybe you put a search in that you forgot about, and it's when there was a momentary contact, you're able to pull up the picture of it. And let me show you here, guys.
Well, maybe it's something that I would have downloaded prior into my exocortex, like when we were going out, like creatures of the wild and things like that.
This thing is quite rare, so it's unlikely that, although, memory is pretty easy here, so it could very well be. This is what a Suskalon brush stalker looks like, guys.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah. This is one of those things where, the art order sounds much lamer than what the artist delivered. What a fucking awesome looking space critter.
Yeah, until it comes up on you and it wants to bite your face off.
These things, if you see a scale thing next, its head goes up to almost where, the neck is. It is a very big and very dangerous thing. So you guys see Knickknacks looking down and then pulling up this picture on her holo display of this brush stalker. When you guys look down at it, I think, Bone, it registers with you once again fuck, is this another one of these things? Or is it the same one that was out on patrol?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was the other direction, wasn't it?
It was, actually.
So we hope it's a different one.
Knickknacks, why don't you give us you're trained in life sciences, you said, right?
Yep.
Give us a life sciences check, please. $14, eh? So, apart from what I've told you about the brush stalker, that's about the extent of the information you know about it.
Okay.
So,
although,
what are you thinking? Let's see exactly what this is. Yeah, go ahead.
I can re-roll the failed check. You know what? I'm pretty sure if I search differently, I've got something saved here somewhere.
Okay.
Nope. Maybe not.
Let's see here.
Probably damage from all our traveling and fighting.
You know what? It's also probably a rare creature too. This is stumbling across, I don't know, a Siberian tiger. It's like you're aware of it, and people know a fair amount, but the likelihood of running across one is quite low. They're just the brush stalkers, or the Suskalon brush stalkers at least, are an endangered species. So it'd be strange that I think what Briz told you last time is that the disruption to the ecosystem by the swarm is likely, causing some strange behavior from local fauna. But in any event, the screeches you can hear from not far behind you encourages you enough to get up and get moving again. What you guys can tell, and no one has any training in survival whatsoever, right?
No.
Okay. Give us one more round of survival. There's another hour has passed, or an hour and a half, let's say, of travel.
Hey.
You go, Druida, getting in the right direction. Oh, it's 17 from Knickknacks. Holy shit. Knickknacks, you're looking off, and there is a bit of a strange formation of clouds off in one direction. If you're following along where you're going, there is this weird, almost like a white wall that seems to be coming from off in the north. Well, you're going west, so it'd be the northwest, I guess. And you've not experienced them, but the local pilots have told you about the Whitehawks, and those are the dead winter's worst blizzard storms. And fuck, it looks like there's one bearing down directly on you. Now,
Storm brewing, coming in. Looks like a Whitehawk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And the White Hawk, you're talking like
shelter.
dumping feet of snow, which means this thing would like slow you down to a like a quarter of your normal speed. So you could all try and just like hoof it and run to try and outpace this thing. You can try survival to try and navigate around this, or you can come up with another plan that you guys think of. You try and soldier your way through it and just you know, hope that it's not going to be following you along for too long. What do you guys think?
Well, if we knew how to find shelter, that would be ideal. But we're not
with a
great
pace.
at that. If we hoof it, I mean, like use
Shelter.
athletics,
I think as soon as you think of that, you can hear the screech from behind. If you guys stop for any length of time, those things are going to catch you. And if they can move through earth and stone, snow's not going to slow them down either.
Right. They are not concerned about that at all.
Okay. What the swarm, right?
Yeah.
Still. Yeah. Let's just. I would say hoof it. Just try to outrun the storm.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know enough about survival to suggest anything else other than, and I mean, that would be like my history is essentially using my physical athleticism to achieve my goals in life. So
Yeah.
I'm all over that idea. Yeah, let's hoof it.
Okay.
Yeah. How about Knick-Knack? How are you?
Survival's not my strong suit. So I agree. I think we should keep moving and move as fast as we can to stay away from the swarm.
Okay. So then, why don't we do this, guys? We'll treat this as a
Cliffhanger for the mid-session break.
Oh yeah, we're already at mid-session. Holy shit. This you guys have not hustled yet. So what we'll do is, why don't you give us, each of you, just a flat Constitution check.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Oh!
Knickknacks comes through. All right, now, what this means is, hold on, let me check.
Wow.
I'm checking how this damage works in Starfinder. 2, 6. You know, and for your edification, guys, and for those listening at home too, like I did look up all this stuff before too, but there are so many.
How do you keep it all in your brain?
There's a lot with Starfinder,
Yeah.
especially when you're also actively running, you know, Pathfinder 2 at the same time. So then, would Druta and Bone each give us a D6 roll, please?
All right, here we go.
2 for Druta. And 2 for Bone. That's great, guys. Each of you takes 2 points of non-lethal damage. That comes off of your stamina. And you will not be able to heal that back until you get a chance to get sleep. So it is hard. And maybe it's that you guys, you can see maybe Knickknacks is struggling a little bit at first. So you guys take, when the first bits of the snow and the wind get in, maybe you guys serve as like windbreaks for her. You know, standing away, so she's got a little bit of a lead to stand in. She isn't exhausted by this, but unfortunately both of you guys are huffing pretty fucking hard. When you guys come over, you're getting into a hillier region, which means you're getting quite close. You must only be about maybe 2.5 hours away from the Karazhan Bridge. And as you come over the hill, in the snow, at the bottom of this slope, there is the corpse of a human man lying on his face, and sprays of blood coming out from around that region. The bright red color tells you that it is quite fresh. And that is where we will take our mid-session break. So we'll come back and see what is going on here in a moment. For those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So back in 5 minutes, guys.
Oh, good. I gotta pee.
Yeah, these things are scary for us first level guys.
Oh, totally.
So what was that?
These things are scary for us first level guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So we get skill points at levels like 3.5 Pathfinder.
I believe so.
Because I'm definitely thinking about putting a point into medicine.
Yeah, I mean, Solarians don't get a lot of points. So, like, we get, I get four per level. And this time I spent on athletics, diplomacy, perception, and stealth. So, like sense motive, physical science, mysticism. You know, I have quite a few that I could put a point in. But I was going to focus on charisma stuff, like bluff, intimidate, and the like, since charisma is my highest. I don't know if we'll ever disguise even as charisma based, which is interesting. But I could also focus on like stealth. Right.
Does anybody have a half decent wisdom?
No.
What? No.
Not at all. Bonus all physical stats.
Yep. Well, mine's like strength and charisma. So.
I'm intelligence, wisdom, and a little dex. So I might pop a point into survival at second level because it's not a class skill for me.
Yeah, wouldn't.
I don't get a whole lot from it, but
Okay.
but medicine's definitely looking like something I need to take a point in.
Is medicine a class skill for mechanics? I can't remember.
It is.
Nice.
So I've already got a +6 in it, but yeah, I need to put a rank in it at least because there's a couple of parts of that skill that you have to have a training in. So
Yeah. Okay. So, what you guys can see, where we left before our break, guys, was with you looking down. You guys can either give us a medicine check, which is a DC 12, or a survival check, DC 15. Guys, go ahead and make your...
Sorry, what was that, Kev?
You can do it untrained.
Either untrained. Yep, I'll tell you only when you guys when it's a trained only check. So medicine against DC 12, survival against DC 15.
Wow. Mathematically, this is better. Oh!
Nice. Everyone. Oh, and Knickknack just kills it. Both Druida and Knickknacks, you guys can tell that the nature of the damage to this man's throat and upper face is a wild animal attack. What you can tell, Knickknacks, this probably actually builds on what you saw before. You can tell that there are more of those same markings around, and some of them have, or the prints that you saw of the Suskalon, the brushstalker. So you look down. This must have been quite recent. And let's see here.
We'll point all that out to mostly, I think, the bone. I'm guessing Druida noticed some of that too.
Yeah.
Bone, maybe the reason you're not, you're not paying attention to that is because you can see there's a strap running across this guy's back, and it looked like it's the strap attached to a bag that he has fallen on.
Oh.
He must have been carrying something as he was running away.
I'll check the bag.
Okay. So you're going to head down?
Yeah.
So you're about to head down, and then Knickknacks, you stop. You're like, wait. And you can see there is, there still is some vegetation out here, too. And nearby there's some fairly tall scrub grass that's fairly concealed in the snow. Or fairly, sort of like coming out of the snow, but fairly covered in snow. what you can see over there, doing a very, very good job of hiding. I think it's only like you just happen to look over and your exocortex picked up just a fleck of movement and then trained on it. Let me set up a token here so we're all on the same page, as it were. Yeah. Here we go. Guys?
Yeah.
And knickknacks, like there is no way that any of you guys would have spotted this thing if it not have been for just blind luck and really canny observation skills on your part. You happen to roll in that 20 on your perception check, yeah. So you look over and you can...
Oh, wait.
This thing is there and its ears are sort of like... It's got this sort of like trilling sound, but it's not loud enough that you guys can hear it yet. But its ears are sort of like moving and trained on you guys. Its little blackened eyes studying you. And that's what you can see poking out of the brush. It's about 50 feet away from you, and you guys are about 50 feet away from the body. Bone takes like 2 steps forward, and Knickknacks is like, wait. Why don't we do this, guys? Let's drop into some initiative now.
Initiative.
I'm not saying this thing's necessarily going to be attacking. Just always better to be prepared. And you guys can choose to rearrange yourselves in, what do you call it, in the initiative order if you like. Remember to click on your token before you roll.
Token.
Nat 20. Nicely done, Knickknacks.
Oh, here we go.
Nice, Druda again. All right, so then, Knickknacks, you're up first. What are you doing? You're the only one who can clearly see with this thing yet.
Can she try to call upon knowledge to figure out if there's a way to scare it off or communicate or something other than like trying to find a solution that's not including shooting at it?
Sure. Why don't you give us a life sciences check, please? Like, come on, there's got to be a way to...
Yeah, like scare it off or...
So, what you know, I'll tell you, is that what you'd heard about this, both in your reading through your exocortex information and from what Briz told you, this thing's a predator. And if it looks to you, based on your really great medicine roll from before, like you caught this thing in the middle of feeding. If it's feeding on people, it's got to be starving. It's a difficult...
So if we let it eat and fill itself, maybe it'll just go away and, you know.
Or it might be desperate enough. Like predators are sort of a famine or feast type thing.
Yeah.
So if they, unfortunately, unless you do something to convince this thing to go away, an intimidation check, like if you do a display of force or something like that, I don't think is intimidation a skill, or is it only?
Yeah, there's an intimidate.
It's a separate skill, Kim.
So either we scare it off or we give it reason to leave. Like maybe we feed it or something.
Seems like it's in the middle of doing that on this poor gentleman, poor refugee. So that's sort of what you've got, and I'm thinking you're communicating that to your allies.
Yeah.
Druda, what are you doing?
Does he point it out to us?
So you can go ahead and give us a perception check, Druda, see if you can spot where this... you can see the bush where he says it is. Let's see if you can see this thing. Nat 20, you precisely see where it is. So that we'll say that's a move action. You still have a standard if you like.
Okay. I do not have intimidation. Did you tell us about the intimidate possibility, or no?
Anything he said is what he's told you.
Okay. Well, I guess she'll say, cover me. And she'll move towards it and try to intimidate.
Okay. Well, how are you doing that? Like,
get away, go away.
Give us a intimidation check,
and
please.
even like, activate her. Well, I guess that's a move. Never mind, I can't do that yet.
Can't.
All right. I said the other one's a move action. All right.
Okay, go ahead and give us an intimidate check.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. It's sort of think. Oh, you know what? Let me check the rules for this. Not a terrible rule, and I think that this game actually, it's not like 3rd edition where it's next to impossible to intimidate something that's not near death. Let's see here. Intimidate. So bullying it is sort of to try and make it to a helpful position. 15 plus what's its CR? Ooh, it's very close. I need I don't want to take away how good of a display that is. Just this thing is sort of an apex predator. That's the only reason why it's still kind of its eyes narrow as you get in closer. Your movement's a 30, so it's about 20 feet away. This thing springs out and charges towards you. It moves super quick, like charging puma, kind of like it crosses the distance very quickly, and then leaps up onto Druda. Nat 20. So that is.
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah. Let's see here.
No.
The goggles do nothing. That is, fuck me, 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Monkeys.
Okay. Well, she's into hit points.
Then it is
Oh,
Bone's turn.
actually, so that was.
Be 8 points of, 7 points of stamina and 8 points of hit point damage. All right, then Bone, this thing just charged out and leapt onto and raked its claws across Druda. You see blood spray out.
I'm in total war mode,
Wait,
so I would just immediately attack this thing with my longsword.
Okay. So you race for longsword's what you had prepared?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what I've been walking with ever since it was working so good back there.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so you race forward, Case. That is just enough to hit it. Nice. Okay.
I just moved because it wouldn't let me access my blue thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, check moved it.
Okay, so then it is. Oh, actually, you know what? After this fracas, let's. I'll try adjusting the avatars. I think that because I can move the avatars again now. I can give them control back to you guys, so you can position them wherever you like, without it screwing up my display.
Oh, right.
Okay. So solid hit. This thing's big though. It turns towards you, and that mouth sort of like is a bit of a screech and a snarl at the same time. Its head could easily wrap around your neck, Bone. Then it is Nick Dack's turn. What are you doing?
Gonna try something new.
So you reach out to its mind.
I don't know if it what the CR, like how tough these creatures are, or if they have intelligence. But she's like, I've got this thing I can do. I'm gonna give it a shot.
So your antennae sort of like wiggle towards it, or what?
I think just like a flicker of electricity and just kind of
nice. All right, so I'm making a will save for it. Will save is DC 13. I need a 12 actually. Its will save is not great. I rolled 7. I failed. So then it is unable to take actions, but doesn't take an AC penalty next turn. So it.
Yeah, you dazed it.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Druda, what are you doing?
So it can't take actions, right?
It cannot take actions. No.
Okay, so I think she's going to fall back.
Okay.
If does it look dazed? I guess.
Yeah, like its eyes are sort of like glazed over.
She's gonna withdraw.
Okay, so that's full action.
She's messed up. Yeah.
All right, then this thing's turn. It's dazed. Bone, what are you doing?
I think that it's seeing that it's dazed. I'm just gonna full attack this thing.
Go right ahead.
No, it's not one of them, but
okay. Shit. Neither of those is a hit, unfortunately. Then it is Nick's turn. Nick Dack's turn. What are you
doing? She's going to use her combat tracking for her move action.
Okay.
And the range on my pistol is 30. So do I have to move closer? I think I was.
Unless you want to take -2 to hit, then yes.
Yeah. Then, and is there a chance to hit allies in this game?
No, nothing for firing into melee or anything like that.
Okay. Then she'll move up to within range and.
I think that's all your actions then. Because move action to activate your exocortex.
Yeah.
Move action to move into range.
And then hold.
Okay.
Waiting for her next chance.
Yeah. Druda, what are you doing? You folding back?
No, Druda, yeah, she fell back the last round, right?
Yep. So what do you want to do this round?
So she's 30 feet away. She's going to pull out her, activate her ability finally. She was just shocked that the thing attacked her.
Okay.
To activate her ability, pull out her pistol, and take a shot.
Okay.
It's 80 range.
Did you use a move action to move?
No, she'd withdrawn already last round.
No, the reason I'm asking is because otherwise you have to spend an action to get your weapon out, right? Because you can move, if you're moving with a move action, you can also draw a weapon.
Oh, no, she's not going to move now. Oh, last time was a withdrawal, though. I don't know if you can.
No, you can't. So that, well, also you didn't say you drew your weapon. So what I'm asking is that
I draw my weapon as a move. I'm staying at 30 feet.
Okay.
I draw my action and shoot.
Okay.
But I also activate my solar thing.
Okay, go right ahead. Make your attack.
Well, you should take a shot. Okay.
That is a hit.
1 whole point.
Okay, you zorch.
God, laser's so bad at first level.
Yeah, it snarls at you. Now it is the Brushstalker's turn. All right, so it looks at you, Bone, and it is not happy with you hitting it with its sword. So it's going to try and do 2 claw attacks. I have +6 to hit with each of these. And I'll roll damage at the same time. I need a 9 to hit you. First one hits, 5 points of damage. Second one hits as well. That is 7 points of damage. So 5 and 7. Then it is Bone's turn. What are you doing, Bone?
Swinging right back at this thing.
Did you take it off of your stamina first?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, because your hit points were full, right? So it was 5 and then 7. So you would have take 5 points off your hit points and put your stamina to 0. So you have 13 hit points left. There you go.
And then
Your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack this sucker.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do my charge thing.
Okay.
Use one of my points.
Yeah. So you see that that ripple run up and down your blade.
It doesn't give me an advantage to hit, right?
No,
it
just extra damage.
Oh, and it's piercing or
Penetrating. Yeah.
Penetrating. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's better than 1d4 extra damage. That is a solid hit. Go ahead and give us a 1d4 roll, please.
On 4.
Come on. Nice. 10
good
points.
enough, yeah.
Look at this. Carve into this thing.
Very nice.
It's this long, piercing screech like a bat kind of, crying out. Then it is Knick-Knack's turn. What are you doing? You're in range now. You've got this thing targeted with your exocortex.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Okay. That one. Good Lord. Oh.
There's a lot of them today.
That's a lot of them today. All right. You still have a move action if you like. I mean, it's almost like you guys are telling me to get out my critical fumble deck. Where is that? Let's see.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I actually don't know. Oh, there is a fumble deck, actually, for Starfinder. Yeah, critical hit with, I believe, yeah. This is the backing for the deck with critical fumble. A space goblin breaking a d20.
No, I don't think she's got anything else she wants to do.
Nothing else? Okay. Then it is Druda. What are you doing, Druda?
Druda is going to full action shot.
Okay.
Take shots at it, I guess, for now.
Go right ahead.
Trying to figure out what to do.
More photonic power is building up.
More photon. Yeah, build up the photonic power, but take a couple shots.
Okay.
So you
Go right
just
ahead.
whittle it down.
Come on, big money.
Oh, come on.
It's sort of dancing around your brother, so you're being cautious with your shots
Yeah,
to
yeah.
not tag him, and unfortunately, you can't quite get to it. It's turn. All right, now
At least it.
It's
At least I
good.
got photon.
2 claws again. So I need a +6 to hit. I need a 9 to get you. So first,
Yeah, it's not
claw.
too hard for it.
Yeah, it did not like getting hit by your that big hit from your longsword, though. First one is a hit, 8 points of damage.
Oh, I'm almost down.
Second one,
Yep.
3. I rolled a 3, so
Oh,
it is a
thank
miss.
God.
Hits you with 1, and then just, I think, you getting sacked in Crush Ball. This thing's, you can see it where it's coming down again. You pull yourself back, and it misses you altogether with that second paw. It screeches at you in fury, and more of its, reddish blood is just spilling out on the white snow around you. Bone, you're up next. What are you doing?
Well, I don't want to get hit by this thing again, so I'm going to use my last thing before we rest to power up my weapon again.
Okay.
So I'm out of nano surges.
Come
Here we
on.
go. Come on, good roll.
Oh,
Yes!
Oh, good stuff.
what does it look like as you take this thing
Nice.
down?
Actually, no, bonus 2.
Nice.
Nice.
I think I described this last time. It's like almost like the edge of the sword is almost like a microscopic chainsaw as the nanites are like moving along the edge.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
the blade is like, and it just cuts right through this thing. I think it's just like adrenaline and fear. Like I think maybe this is in his whole life of Crush Ball and everything else. I don't think he's ever been afraid for his life. Maybe before this day. And now it is just like, it's almost like too much, right? It's just like a surge of adrenaline.
Yeah. So you your longsword, the edge goes back to normal, and this thing hits the ground. Its lifeblood spilling out.
Well, now we can examine the body. I hope there's not more of these things. Knickknacks, do you see any more? Wow.
You look around, Knick-Knack. There doesn't seem to be anything else.
Not that we can see.
You can hear the
Are they
screech of the
solitary
swarm.
creatures? Are they solitary?
They tend to be solitary hunters. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you grab the bag, what you find...
We also probably want to take a rest.
This is an evacuee. He's dressed in like winter clothes and whatnot that would be appropriate for the, that would seal up and protect from the weather. But it's a civilian. It's not a member of the SDF or anything like that or any mercenary. However, in the container, what you find is a tactical semi-auto pistol with 9 rounds in the clip. You find a basic med kit. You find 2 doses of Tier 1 stimulants. And I'll tell you what those are. Those are from the armory. 133.
How many rounds worth of semi-auto?
9.
Is that the weapon you use? Knickknacks?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can grab that ammo. Here we go, 133.
2 injections or 2 vials of...
Stimulant. Stimulant 1, what it does... allows you to ignore the effects of fatigue or exhaustion for 1d4 rounds. So if you're suffering, and none of you guys are fortunately suffering from that yet, but I mean, you still got another 2.5 hours till you get to the Karazhan Bridge, and you've been going for, with your patrol, with the travel
22
time.
hours.
Yeah, it's almost like 24 hours straight. You guys have been up.
Yeah, this sucks.
So you got 2 of those. There are 4 wake-up patches, and what those do, you slap the patch on an appendage or a torso as a standard action. After 1 minute, the person who receives it gains a +2 circumstance bonus to saving throws against effects that cause the asleep condition and fortitude saves for sleep deprivation. So if you guys want to, like, this is what's coming. It's a check coming in the mail before you get to the Karazhan Bridge. These wake-up patches will give you +2.
That's a good idea.
Okay, and the 2 stimulants were +1 bonus against.
They allow you to ignore either fatigue or exhaustion for 1d4 rounds. So if you need to just get a little boost, if you're suffering from fatigue penalties or exhaustion penalties, which I think are like -1 and -2 respectively, or maybe even worse, you get to ignore them for 1d4 rounds. You also find in here 3 ready-to-eat meals and 2 Mark 1 serums of healing. These heal 1d8 damage. So there's 2 serum of
You're both. Why don't you both got wounded during this encounter? Why don't you just each shoot your now?
Yep.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Okay, so each give us
And
a
then
1d.
we'll eat all the rations right now, and take a 10-minute breather.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then both Druta and Bone, you can spend
resolve.
Yep, to get your stamina back. And then if you're going to spend a healing point, and I'll let you
one
move
resolve to get your stamina back.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe I can.
the healing serum.
Healing serum is
heals hit
1d8.
points?
1d8 hit points. Yeah, restores hit points, not stamina.
Oh, son of a-
Yeah, that's a total of 3 on 2 serums today.
yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So we get our stamina back.
Yep.
To resolve.
And then
Average of 9.
does anybody want a tactical semi-automatic pistol?
What is it? Is it tactical? I mean, I can use small arms. So
It's a small arms. It does D6 damage. Piercing.
Yeah. What do you have? You can use long arms, right?
That's what I use right now as a tactical semi-automatic pistol. So if you want to add it, go ahead, because it gives you an extra
Extra bit of damage. Okay, I got a D8 for that.
Guys, you should be able to move your avatars if you want to move them. And I don't think that'll move them on my screen.
Okay. Oh, like this. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's covering
Yeah.
my token.
Nice, Drew. 7 healing back too.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Is that graphics?
You just grab it now. I've changed it so you should be able to grab it in the bottom left. Like when you hover over the avatar on the bottom left. You may need to hit reconnect in order to trigger, but if you go hover over the bottom left there, you should be able to then move your avatar wherever you like it. I put them in the top because that's closer to where most people's cameras are, so it's easier to make eye contact.
I'm not able to move it. But...
Okay. All right.
Okay, So, Drew, are you taking that pistol?
Yeah, I'll take the pistol. I just put it on my character.
Okay.
And that just leaves the 2 stims and the 4 wake-up
I'll move it back.
patches. Do we need the stims and the wake-up patches right now, or we're still good to?
We need them, I guess, when we get close to the bridge and we start shuffling and almost falling asleep, I think.
Okay.
Tactical semi-auto pistol is in the
Yeah, it should be.
companion. If you search for tactical, it'll show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So then, what do you guys wish to do next then? Are you applying, I guess first off, are you applying those stim patches? You had 4 of them.
So we're not suffering from fatigue right now.
That's the serum, or the stimulant. The stimulant allows you to ignore the thing. The patch gives you a +2 to your checks to avoid it. And that's
So should we all maybe pop a patch right now, and then that gives us +2 versus sleep and fortitude saves versus sleep?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
How long will that last? Until the next check, or?
it's for 1 check, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now speaking of which, what I need is for each of you guys to give us a fortitude save, please, for this last stretch
Okay.
towards the Karazhan Bridge.
That's a good thing to do that.
Oh, yes.
And you will get +2 in this. Nat 20 from Druda. Nice.
Yeah. Yay. I can't hit, but I can make the saves.
Eknax as well. Well done.
Oh, there.
Bones.
Bone.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So what do you think? You guys are all like just jazzed with your, what do you call it, with energy. Is it that didn't even take into account the stim packs. So what are you guys thinking? Like, are you guys talking about something or what?
We bagged that giant monster.
Yeah, we're talking about the monster. We're just happy to see the bridge. A lot of it kind of picks us up as we see the bridge.
Okay. So as you guys continue along the Dethamar River, it just feels like it's, like this is going so much into the day. You can still see, it's almost as if that White Hawk is following behind you. And because the White Hawk has been, stalking you, it's difficult to tell where the swarm actually is. So I don't know how much you guys would be afflicted with paranoia at this point, but you may either be thinking that, like, it's right there, it's concealed by the White Hawk, or, you may feel confident that, okay, it's at least slowed them down a bit.
Oh, the creatures following us. Well, we know they've gained like 10 minutes on us, so
yep,
or so.
We'll have to push on.
Yep, keep going. We're almost there.
It is about, let me think here, it was morning when you went, so it's probably about mid-afternoon when you guys finally come across the Karazhan Bridge. And I'm just going to use that same illustration I showed you guys before, only to give the size. It is, you can picture it's covered in snow and some other things as well. It's also much longer than this illustration. Map layer. Let's put you guys down here. And let's move you over. All right, so here's what you see as you guys come across here. And we need, what's creepy music? What creepy music do I have set up here?
Creepy music.
Cephalopod?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds promising.
Kind of fond of death and axes, but...
Yeah.
Cool.
No, Cephalopod's a little too upbeat about Psychedelic Crater. The names of these are just amazing.
John, you're missing out on some good music. Hope you're feeling better.
Tenebris. I think it was Marjorie who was not feeling well. Not him. He's back on the mend. Oh yeah, this is the creepy shit I wanted. So here we go, guys. Kill that wind. There we go.
Bone puns in the chat. Bone puns in the chat.
Nice.
Sorry, Jeff.
All right, so what you guys see as you come up on this, and I don't know what you were expecting the condition of this thing to be like. You guys have probably traveled, I think Bone in particular, like, in your amateur days when you guys were traveling overland, in like hover buses, as opposed to in traveling by air. You've been across here, and the Dethamar River runs at this point from north to south, and it's thousands of feet across at its widest point. So it's like a quarter mile or more. It is spanned by a huge suspension bridge, a feat of engineering that is unmatched elsewhere on Suskalon. But in place of the sort of busy, transit area that you're familiar with, Bone, what you see instead is a bridge choked with dozens of abandoned vehicles that clog the highway across the bridge. And the only sound you can hear is the ice cracking and breaking in the slow-moving river 100 feet below.
Shite.
Why don't you each give us a perception check as well, too? You're going to see some stuff, but let's see what.
What do I see? What do I see?
I think the haze that's hovering over, or that sort of collects over this as well, makes it difficult to see the far side. Nicely done, Knickknacks and Druda.
Oh.
So what you can see, Knickknacks and Druda, maybe, I don't know, what maybe Bone, you're just like his reveries, thinking of the last time you went across here. Maybe you guys were coming back from, a great game in...
I think it's making him think about all his teammates and, like, I hope they're okay.
Yeah. How many of them do you think signed up as well?
I think maybe lots of them. Maybe about half.
Okay. And others went off world?
Yeah. Some were like, forget it, but a lot of them were really feeling the desire to protect.
So, Bone seems to be sort of remembering happier times, near here. But Knickknacks and Druda, what you can see is that there are pools of congealed blood at different places on here. And there are signs and sprays of blood across some of the parked vehicles, and giant gouges in the sides of some of these things that suggest something large and swarm-like had been through here at one point.
I guess we missed the party.
Hope there's no stragglers.
Dang.
What do you guys wish to do?
Go home, have a nap.
Keep moving cautiously, like across the bridge, I guess, right?
We've got to find somewhere to rest.
I know.
Once you get across this bridge, Fort Gallant should be on the far side of the river.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like we have to keep soldiering on.
As you guys are standing there, you hear finally the comms come through for a brief moment. This is an emergency broadcast transmission. A full evacuation is in effect for the Brenoa region. Civilians east of the Dethamar River must immediately relocate west of the river, as the bridges crossing the river will shortly be demolished to halt the swarm advance. SDF forces and civilians are to report to Fort Gallant for further orders. This is an emergency broadcast transmission, and kind of carries on for a minute or so.
How long till they demolish the bridge? We don't know. We better get rolling.
We better move.
Yep. One last hoof.
Can we go like extra fast?
Double time, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be on the bridge when it goes.
Hell no.
All right. So you guys start racing down, and let's see here. Wood. Let's have the Vesks roll. Would Bone and Druda each give us a D3 roll, please?
Oh, can't just click that one.
2.
Okay. All right, so you guys start making your way down and weaving your way through these as much as you can. Is there like a marching order, or are you guys just sort of like trying to get out and get across as fast as you're able to?
I guess I kind of imagine that Bone would be setting the pace if given the chance.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yep. He's like a big lead blocker. He's gonna take us all the way to the touchdown.
Well, he's used to pushing his body hard, so.
And is there any spacing that you guys are having between each other? Are you all grouped up together?
I think I want to be a little further away from Druda, only because Druda has a tendency to glow and blow up.
Well,
So
you can go in the middle, and I'll follow up the rear. Fine.
Okay.
All right, so Bone, you're taking the lead. You still got your longsword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you got your longsword out. You're weaving your way through, and now that you're in closer, you can tell that these, like, there are doors that look like they've had massive axes almost, like, smashed down through them, tearing through the fiberglass body, or whatever kind of carbon fiber body. Knickknacks, likewise, you're making your way along, and there's just there is a there's bits of viscera on the ground where things have been clearly cut down, pools of sticky blood. And Druda, you're nearest the back, so you've got a little bit of advantage on what's going on, and you spot moments before something might happen. There are gouges, little scratches and gouges leading in beneath some of the vehicles, as if something scrambled underneath it. One, almost immediately, a kind of a 4x4 type thing, but with 6 wheels, on the left of where Knickknacks is. She doesn't seem to notice. And then a small, long, passenger vehicle on the right side of where Knickknacks is. And you can see flutters of shadow underneath them as something is about to happen.
So if she can do something, she'll...
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to roll initiative, and you will not be surprised. You'll be able to take full actions. Everyone else will have a surprise. Bone and Knickknacks, unfortunately, will not be able to act this round. But you still have a move or standard. Let me show you. Well, I'll reveal what's underneath there once you guys get it. So let's do this. Let's have everyone, boom, click on their tokens and click on initiative. I will add your initiative. 9. Okay, 13. Alrighty. Bone is not deliberative. He's Druda, fucking awesome initiative roll. So you are definitely up first. You can take a standard or a move action. I'm picturing there's about 30 feet between each of you guys right now. Mm-hmm. It's like a move action between the two, and then you can picture that you're making your way through. Picture like any scene in Walking Dead where they're crossing a bridge or a highway or overpass or something like that. There's vehicles stopped all over the place, and something is moving underneath the vehicles on either side of Knickknacks.
Oh wow. Okay. So we can do a move and then
a move or a standard action. That's what you can always do in a surprise round. So what are you doing?
Okay. So she's going to shoot. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, is to shoot to get everyone's attention.
What are you shooting at?
I'm shooting at the one on the left, I guess.
You can't see anything. Are you shooting at the car?
Oh, I thought you said I could see something.
You can see something moving underneath there, but I mean, it's effectively got full cover right now. So what you could do, Carl, is if you want to ready an action, you could ready an action.
I'll shout out and shout out the cars. There's things beneath the cars.
And Knickknacks, you sort of
ready in action.
Sure.
As a standard action.
And then what they're going to do? Okay, and when you take a ready action in this, it changes your spot in the initiative as well. Okay. So then what you see that pulls itself out from underneath the vehicles on either side of you, Knickknacks, and actually on the far side of the vehicles, though, like not right next to you. Are 2 of these things.
Oh, I'm getting such a great Starship Troopers vibe right now. This is awesome.
Nice. So as soon as they come out, Druda, there's one on the left, one on the right. Well, you can go ahead and make a shot. Or take a shot. What would you like to do?
Yeah, is this our full set of actions, or just
just one shot. Remember, it's always a standard on a surprise round.
Got it.
And if you're readying an action, it's only a standard action you can ready.
All right, so she's going to shoot her new fancy pistol.
Go ahead.
Take a shot. Hey,
That is pretty good. That's a hit.
2 points of damage.
And so was it the left or right?
I'll take a 1 in the left.
Left, you got it. Okay. This thing hisses. Now we're out of surprise. So then we're at the top of the round. You took your thing. So I guess it's... this order is all fucked up. Hold on, I forgot to put it in order. And then your action is now... You interrupted them, so you'd be there. All right, so Knickknacks, you're up first. Now, these things, there is a vehicle between you and these things. They are about your height.
Okay. She's going to move towards Bone.
Okay.
And pull her pistol.
So then you don't have a base attack bonus of +1 yet, so that will be all of your actions.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're triggering... you didn't down anyone.
Either way, she can't attack. So she's going to move towards Bone, and she's going to target the injured one.
Now, I don't think it's unreasonable to think that you've had your weapon out. If I was in your positions and making your way through this gore-covered thing, you'd have a weapon out. So I'm fine with you having that out.
Okay. So she'll move towards Bone, and actually she'll take a shot without her mark.
Okay. So you move in. Go ahead and make left or right, the injured one or the other one?
Injured one.
Go right ahead. We go. That is a hit.
Nice.
Okay. More of it, and the chitin is. I mean, it's almost like ballistic plate. It's just chipping away at this thing, but these are quite tough. Druda, you're 30 feet away from these things. What do you want to do?
She's going to activate her sword and close. I think that's all I can do. Close with the one that's injured, the one on the left.
Okay, so you race around, leap over one of the vehicles, come in and engage with it.
And then I'll do 1 on my thing.
Okay. All right. Then it's their turn. So both of them, their wings start humming. The one that you're engaged with now, Druda, it moves, takes a guarded step away from you, and then I need you to give us a will save, please.
Ooh.
There's a flash in its eyes. All 3 on either side.
Okay. Will save.
And you can feel this thing's alien presence in your mind very briefly. As if it was trying to stroke your mind with those razor-sharp claws, causing you pain. And you are afflicted with... God, I can't wait for the spell cards. Afflicted with fear. So you are frightened for 1d4 rounds, which means you need to flee from this thing. It is not going to get attack of opportunity on you because you are away. And let's see here. Let me roll how many rounds you'll be afflicted. Here we go. You're going to be afflicted for... Okay. I'll count it down. All right. So then this thing... its eyes flash. You see a flash in Druda's eyes. And there's a thing you rarely see in your sister, Bone. Terror that goes across her face.
So is it panic or is that... I don't see a fear.
Frightened. You're
frightened, okay.
Yeah, frightened. What frightened is...
Yeah, I clicked it, so...
Okay. You must flee or fight, and you can't fight because you're not in contact. You make -2 to penalty, -2 penalty to ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks. So, and you can only fight if you can't flee. Then the other one flies up, and you see on top there's those 2 little weird... like limbs. It points one of them at Knickknacks, and then there's like a little puff of air, and one of them is launched at you like a javelin. You take... Oh, that hits. I need a fortitude save from you, please. This thing sticks into you like that long dart. You take 3 points of damage, Knickknacks. Oh. and you can feel there's a numbness and sickness that passes through you. You can click on the sickened condition, please.
Does that 3 points come out of my stamina first?
Off your stamina first, correct, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That is it for these nasty things. So one of them is hovering up 30 feet in the air. The other one is step back 5 feet, still on the ground. Bone, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna have to switch to my scattergun.
Okay. One of them is on the ground and is right near you. You're 30 feet away from it. And
I guess I could reach that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that actually before I switch. Yeah, so I'll charge that one.
Let me. I'll mark the one that's in the
on the
air.
ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or I'll make that's probably easier because actually the snail is easier to see. That one's on the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have any power things left, but whoa!
Holy shit!
Nice.
So this thing turns and kind of whammies your sister, and you see terror hit her face. That must be what it takes to motivate you, because you race up and hit this thing to the ground. It breaks like a store mannequin. Hits to the ground in a clatter of chitin and gore. Nick, what are you doing? Or Nick next.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, looking up the Lashunta Daze ability, it just says at will. Does that mean I can continue to do it? Because it's a cantrip.
Yep, as many times as you like.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and daze the one that's flying.
Okay.
So, you want to click on
Click on it.
spell
So I just see so I can see the DC. I think it's DC 14 if I remember, but let's see here. 13, okay. All right, so I actually need a 9 to win this. These things are psychically gifted. I succeed.
Okay.
So, but I mean, like, it doesn't, these things have a very powerful will, as Druda can attest to you.
Oops. And that was my standard action. As move action, I'm going to use my targeting, combat targeting or whatever on it for next round.
And you can take off the second condition. You've shaken the, what do you call it, the sickness. Druda, you're afflicted with fear this round.
Okay.
So you turn and start running back across the bridge the way you came. Then on this thing's turn, next. Ooh. It looks at you, Knickknacks, and you can see again those two sets of greenish eyes. There's a flash of power that runs across them, and I need a will save from you, please. Excuse me. Just shy. As with Druda, you can feel when you try to daze this thing, I think you touched its alien mind, and you almost felt like the vastness of the psychic connection of the entire swarm. Excuse me. I'm hiccuping like a cartoon drunk. Jesus. But what hits you then is the presence and the massive size of this thing just fills you with terror. You're going to have to run next round. Bone, what are you doing? This other one is 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, so I do have to switch to my scattergun. How far away then is it range-wise?
It's a little more than 30 feet. So if your thing is a range increment of 30 feet, it's just beyond that because of blame Pythagoras.
Yeah, well, it's only range 15, so I basically have to get. I'll have to move next turn.
That's the range increment. So it's just like D&D where like each increment of that would be 2 range increments, so it'd be -4. You could move up closer and get within.
No, I have to use my move to change my weapon.
Oh shit! Okay.
Next turn I could go underneath it, but for here I'll just fire where I'm at.
Not great. The things shatter out. All right, Nick, you're fleeing this round. Druda, unfortunately, got at least one more round of run in here. Then it is this thing's turn. It did not like you doing that. So while still hovering in the air, you can see that one of the, what do you call it, the limb that's sticking up over a head, sickeningly from inside, there's like another one has stuck itself out to take the place, and it fires 2 of them at you, Bone. I need actually, I need a 14 to hit you. First one is a miss, hits the ground. Both of them miss. One slams into a car, and the other one hits the ground. And as it breaks, you can see there's a sickening, like, venom inside them. Bone, your turn. What are you doing?
It's back to me already?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna... Now I can move right underneath it. And
You
fire.
can, yep.
Yeah.
So you race underneath this thing, so you'll have no penalty to hit now. Oh, no, you'll have -2 to hit. But that's good enough. And this thing screeches as the pellets tear through holes in its many wings and its chitin. I think you maybe blow off a bit of a toe as well. Then, Knickknacks, you've recovered. You are effectively about 60 feet away from these things right now. You sort of stop and you finally are yourself again. You look back. What are you doing?
Well, I'll use my move action to move closer so that my shot isn't so far.
Okay. So you're about, like, say, 40 or 45 feet away right now?
Am I still frightened?
No, you're not frightened anymore.
So I'll take that off because that'll change my penalties and
not
stuff, right?
frightened, not sickened any longer.
Okay, I'm just waiting for this. Okay, they're cleared.
Okay.
And...
So it'll be minus, because your thing's 30 feet as well, right? Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah, so
minus
30 feet.
2. That's actually a hit then. You clip this thing a little bit. Druda, you likewise have recovered now. You are 60 feet away from effectively where the guys are.
Okay. It's in the air, right? So
It's in the air, yep, 30 feet up.
so she's gonna pull out her laser pistol
Okay.
and take a shot at it.
What's the range on the laser pistol?
80.
80, nice. So yeah, no range penalty. That's super cool.
And yeah, it's like they don't do much damage, but
But the
I
range is
guess I
pretty
should have
great.
checked the range.
Yeah.
I should have checked the range on the other thing. Oh, I got to take off the frightened condition,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're no
Okay,
longer frightened.
Okay. Jeez.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yep, that's unfortunately hits one of the
Yeah.
cars.
I can move. I can move, right? Also, because I can.
No, because you would need it to draw the weapon. Oh no, hold on. No, you could move. Yes, you could. 30 feet
Yeah,
move
so-
and draw your weapon as part of that
draw a
move.
weapon and shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're running back and
I ran for 3 rounds. So I would be like, can I double move each round?
but you can't
Single.
shoot then.
No.
You
No,
mean
did I double move?
when you're
I ran
fleeing?
for 3 rounds. So then I,
Yeah, when you're frightened, do you just normal run or?
I've been saying just a normal take your move action.
so I was. I feel like I ran for 3 rounds. So I was 90 feet away.
I
And
think you
then
only ran for
move and
2.
draw. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you only ran for 2. You were only afflicted for 2. So, all right, then it's this thing's turn again. So it is spending
And
30.
I do the.
Yep. Yeah. So it's
I'm at 2.
going to maneuver itself a little further away from you guys, keeping it at the same level. So it flies 30 feet towards where Nick is, or Knickknacks. And then it looks at you, Bone. And I need a will save from you, please.
Okay. Come on. Will. Oh.
You have no modifiers we're forgetting here, right?
Oh, no.
Okay. So
Nothing
it just find yourself sort of barely able to function, like barely able to pay attention to your surroundings. You still are know where you are. You're aware of threats, but you cannot process to do anything. You're dazed for the next round.
Okay.
So you just lose your next action. Nick, you're up. This thing's now only it's actually like just above you, maybe like just off to the side slightly. What are you doing?
Shoot it.
Shoot it! because of the range, that is good enough, and it's a hit. Nice shot, too. Watch this. Boom. Okay. Then, any other actions?
No.
Okay. Do you have your exocortex on this thing?
Yes. But that's just a hit.
Does exocortex give a bonus to damage or just to hit?
It's just a hit.
Just a hit, okay. All right.
I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure
Druida,
that's
what are you doing?
So Druida is now she has to move closer now since it moved.
Yep.
Right. So, so she's gonna move and take a shot with the laser pistol since it has a better range.
Okay.
I think.
Laser pistol,
I should
yeah.
look.
Your laser is 80.
Yep.
So go ahead. It's a hit, not great damage, but it's still hit it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is a tough target to hit too, right? Like this big, scrawny, spindly bug maneuvering around in the air. You're able to get it, just not a solid hit. This thing's turn. It will look down at Nick, and then Nick, I need it's gonna attack. Yeah, it's gonna attack you. So it once again, those two limbs, these more pointy, barbs stick through the chitinous tube. First shot, hit. Second shot, miss. So I need a fortitude save from you again, please. And then you take. All right. First, you take 2 points of damage. And then you are once again sickened as this venom gets into you. Bone, you've shaken your mind free again. This thing is 30 feet away from you. What are you doing?
Excuse me. Like 30 feet away and 30 feet up, or just 30 feet up?
Just 30 feet away and 30 feet up.
Okay, so I'll move underneath it again.
Okay,
like
so you race underneath
it.
Shack.
Yeah. And try to fire. Come on, good dice.
That is no, but that's good enough hit. Any modifiers to damage we are missing?
No, this thing does not do a lot of damage.
All right, I think you might have only one more shot left in that too. Because
yeah.
So I got.
You probably have to reload it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you race up again, and more of this thing is blown away.
Yeah, there's a little spot to track this actually right on.
Ignax, what are you doing?
Shooting.
Okay.
Damn it.
And why don't you tell us what it looks like as this thing dies?
I think it staggers from the shot that Bone took, and just as it starts to wheel around to see if Knickknack's shooting, she's already been aiming and just lets one go, and the projectile weapon goes right through its skull.
And thump, it drops down in a wet and crunching thud.
I only got one shot left in my pistol.
Okay. Yeah. What you guys then... Let's see here. Geez, so it seems that whatever it was that hit these people... also, Druida, on your way back, you actually notice there is a backpack with some blood sprayed on it that's hanging from a half-open door.
Okay, well, if I can grab it quickly,
Yep, absolutely.
I'm not going to stop and examine it.
Okay, throw it over your shoulder.
We know this bridge is scheduled to blow, right? So.
Do you guys wish to take 10 minutes to catch your breath? Nick,
I don't think so.
No.
Even though we're not doing great, we are very concerned about the bridge.
Yeah. Knickknacks has a total of 5 hit points, though. Like, we combine hit points and stamina.
I don't know. You tell us, Dave. Do you want to push on, or do you want to quickly rest?
Okay, let's push on. But the minute we see trouble, I might have to inject myself.
Well, if you have a thing, why not just take it?
Because ideally, we'd rest and I get my stamina back and avoid having to use the shot. But
I mean, that's to me, that's just
you guys cannot hear. There's no warning klaxons going or anything like that.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, I guess would they do that though in wartime? That's what they would do in peacetime for sure.
Good question.
But like, you know what I mean? Like that's like warning the enemy.
No one has profession soldier, right?
No.
I have profession vid gamer.
Why don't you give us a culture check for each of you guys?
We're still sickened.
No. That after a minute or so. Nat 20. Druda, no, like you just know that with the civilians, like with the civilian evacuation that's going on, there's no way that they would not have some kind of warning, especially the size of this thing. Like this is, detonating the Golden Gate Bridge, while people are in the middle of an evacuation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we take the time to rest. If we're certain, like we're at least going to have, some kind of klaxon or warning of some type.
Then we'll take,
Okay, so then I'm going to use a resolve point.
Okay.
And that will take me up to full stamina.
Oh, someone's here. Just give me a moment. One sec.
FedEx is doing a late night delivery at Kev's place.
I know, that's crazy. Unless Kev ordered us pizza.
Oh, maybe. Boston Pizza. No, wait. Domino's does have it's like a chocolate cookie dough thing. A marble cookie dough.
Yep. So I made in my Starfinder game, I like the mechanic of the re-rolls. It worked really well on my Pathfinder game on Wednesday. Having the hero points. I liked it so much.
All
so
right.
I put hero points in my Starfinder game, but they come off resolve. So, character's got to make an interesting decision.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Did you order us pizza, Kevin?
Yeah, I made chili for everyone.
Oh,
None of you guys came by. I don't know. Chili. I had some artisan cheese toast, and I had drumsticks for dessert. It was great.
Well, next time I hear chili's on the menu, and
it's gonna be a trip.
All right.
You guys live close? You guys live really close? Or?
We're pretty close, yeah. Just so we are both. I think we're still. Everyone's still isolating. COVID's quite bad here right now. So anyway, you get the chance to spend your resolve. Looks like you got your stamina points back, so that's great. Mm-hmm. Then.
Amazingly, I didn't get
what's in that bag? Can you look in the bag while you're?
Oh yeah, I can look in the bag since I don't have to.
Inside the bag is a set of cold climate environmental clothing. So something that even if your suits failed in power, and they are like on fucking fumes right now, guys. You fortunately made really good time, but like you're down to maybe an hour or two left of power in your suits.
Can you give us a party loot thing?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course I can.
Not that we want to start storing stuff in the party loop, but just so I can write it in there instead of writing it in the chat.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in charge of keeping track of that?
Yeah, I'll try to make sure we divvy it up as we go, because it's not on your sheet and you get separated from the group, you're kind of foobar.
Yeah. So like I took the tactical pistol, and I guess it has a cylinder of ammo, and I've used one shot. Or how many rounds do they have?
That one had 9, so you've got 8 left.
8 left, okay.
I can reload my shotgun in between fights at least.
But if you need more ammo for that, let me know. I've got 120 rounds.
I'm gonna have to reread my thing. I think there's like sneaky ways as the nanite guy to basically pull the shells like right from your person. I'm gonna have to
That's weird.
that. I'm gonna have to reread how that works.
Okay.
Because it's not a normal gun. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's not a
party loot. Hey, it's got a badonk.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a
Space badonk.
nice.
Space badonk.
As is custom on the channel.
Yeah, it's funny how like now all goblins equal badonk.
Hey, it was just a memorable little guy.
Heck yeah. First character we created for Pathfinder 2 during the playtest.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what you find here is that cold weather the cold climate environmental clothing, a gear clamp, a hollow shroud, and I'll tell you what that is as soon as I look it up here. A hollow shroud is a loose mesh of wire and miniature holographic projectors that is used to disguise the presence of creatures or objects. They come in 10 by 10 square sheets. When you hide under an activated hollow shroud, you gain a +2 insight bonus to stealth checks as long as you remain immobile and prone. Covering yourself with a hollow shroud is a full action and requires a successful DC 10 survival check. You have the entangled condition while using a hollow shroud, except that you don't take a penalty to initiative or stealth checks from this condition. Taking off the hollow shroud is a move action. You can take it as part of the move action to stand up. You can spend 1 minute covering a medium or smaller object with a hollow shroud, making it appear as a natural part of the surrounding terrain. And the DC of the perception to notice a hidden thing is increased by 10, so it's like a cloaking, blanket, basically, 10 by 10 blanket. So the hollow shroud, and there are 2 tubes of warming balm, which is takes about 10 minutes to apply a tube to the inside of an armor. For the next 8 hours, the bomb's chemical reactions warm the skin of the armor wearer. During that time, you get a +2 fortitude save to avoid taking damage from cold environments, and applied directly to your exposed skin will stave off the negative effects of frostbite or hypothermia. And if you do that, it heals 2d8 non-lethal cold damage. Remember that Bone and Druder are both still down 2 in from the exhaustion for your stamina.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, because you got that non-lethal. Okay. All right, so there's a couple of looks like. Oh, and there are 2 mass-produced tents that are strapped to the top of the backpack. So you got 2 tents, the 2 tubes of warming balm, the hollow shroud, a gear clamp, and a set of cold weather environmental clothing. Someone was clearly thinking of trying to find safety outside.
We still also have 2 stim 1s for ignoring fatigue, and 1 wake up patch still.
Nice. Okay, so it is around that point, as you guys have finished up catching your breath and everything, that you begin hearing from the far side of the bridge. Your comm units also spark up with someone saying a voice you don't recognize. Swarm army approaching. Proceed with the destruction of Karazhan Bridge. All civilians clear the area. Your comms are actually active right now. You can make use of them if you like. What do you guys do?
I just give her.
Run!
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you try and contact anyone on the comm? You could try.
Yeah, we should. We said we have.
Delay the bridge destruction. We're still on it.
Who is
We're
this?
running across.
Who is it?
We're
Midnight Squadron?
Midnight Squadron.
Midnight Squadron. Yeah, from the 5th Battalion.
From the 5th.
5th Battalion.
Jeez, I thought you guys were all dead. Look, we'll give you as much time as we can, but if we don't blow this bridge soon, nobody's going to survive. Hurry!
Run!
Okay, so you guys begin racing your way across. So the first thing, this is going to be a series of obstacles, because who doesn't want to run an obstacle course when there are, explosives beneath? Here's what we need to do, guys. Is each of these obstacles, you will, for each success you guys get, it'll be contributing escape points, and that will dictate how far away you are when everything goes kablamicus. First thing you need to get through is the pileup of vehicles that represent a maze of twisted metal, and what you can picture you've come across right now is it looks like an attack came from more of those flying swarm things that you guys fought. And there was a panic in the traffic because people have driven into each other, and it's just a fucking mess. What you guys can do is give us a perception check, please. So everyone give us a perception check, please. DC is 15. Not 20 from knickknacks.
Survival and perception. I've blown every single one today.
Well, knickknack did really well.
All right, so knickknacks, because of the nat 20, I'm going to bump it up so you guys have it gained 1 escape point right now.
Okay.
All right, so what you're looking through their knickknacks. Yeah, cheers. What do you think you see? Like, what's the way that you have to get through this massive stuff? The traffic and its overturned futuristic vehicles or space vehicles.
I think at first glance, there's like just a mess, like a pile up or something like that of vehicles. And Knick-Knack realizes that like the back of one of the transport is open, and she like quickly flips open the door, and there's a side door open on the other side to this vehicle that's like turned on an angle. So we can go in the back and out the side door, and it cuts us through a whole pile of crap.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys managed to make your way through. There's a couple of reminders as you're making your way through here of the really violent end that these motorists likely came to, in the form of pools of blood or like bits of viscera, or a hand that's left over that's been severed by one of those claws.
These poor people.
As you crawl your way out, you look and you can picture very much same type of like futuristic suspension bridge like you see on there. But imagine if someone had just thrown globules of acid onto it. Because what you can see, there are huge chunks of the bridge that have just been eaten away by something, melted in some cases. You would think if it wasn't for the like ferrocrete that makes it the bridge that's been melted away, that it would be some kind of hot liquid or plasma or something like that. But fuck. This, you take 1 or 2 steps out and you can see some of the bridge crumbles away beneath your weight. So you're going to have to be very careful navigating your way around here. 2 options that I can think of here, guys. Then you can feel free to propose others. One of those is to use engineering to try and get a sense of the stability. One of them is to use survival to follow the tracks of others. And if you have any other suggestions for how you're going to get across this open and weakened part of the bridge, I'm happy to hear. I imagine Knickknacks wants to make use of engineering.
Yes, finally.
And only one of you guys needs a success on this one. It's not like the last one where it's half of you needs to make successes. Okay. Holy shit, Knickknacks! So you look down, and Knickknacks spends a moment looking around. In the film version, we'd maybe see your exocortex view through kind of identifying points. Once again, Knickknacks is the one who's going to be leading the way. What do we see, Dave, as you sort of point out, or she points out the way to get across?
I think we're starting to look for like a path, and her exocortex is like scanning, and then it looks at one spot and it says no, do not, and there's like structural integrity damaged or something like that. Yeah. And then it selects another path, and so we dash off between a couple of vehicles and across like a steel girder or something.
Okay. So, and you can see through, as you guys are making your way across here cautiously, you can look down, and 100 feet below there is the ice, chunks of ice hitting up against the barrier and slowly breaking apart and leading further down river. You can also see, I think, on some of the ice that's sort of accumulated up against the support strut for the bridge. You can see that some of, you figured out where some of the bodies have gone. The swarm seemed to pick them up and cast them down. Because there is broken and dead bodies at the foot of the bridge. You can also see packs. You don't need to make a roll for this, but Knickknacks, you can see demolition charges have been placed all around the bridge as well. This whole thing's going to blow. The last thing, guys, is there is a large transport vehicle that has jackknifed and overturned. It lies across both lanes of the highway, at least the ones that are still remaining. Each of you guys can attempt a athletics check to scramble over, or an acrobatics check to squeeze between, Or if you have another suggestion, I'm happy to hear that. Everyone can make them individually. If you beat the check by 5 or more, you gain +2 to the next person's roll. So if you want to sort of strategize...
Yeah, I have... Yep.
Go ahead, Carl. What do you...
No, go ahead. Bone, do you have, like, what's your athletics?
Yeah, +8.
Like,
Okay.
not good in either. So I'll go last if that helps.
Yeah, I have a +6, so maybe 8, 6 knickknacks. Give a dog a bone.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, sure. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, because you have the highest chance of getting +5 over the...
Yeah, DC is 15. So 15 for each of these checks. If you get a 20 or higher, you get +2 to the next person who goes.
Yeah, so I did.
Okay.
So do you want to go then, Nick?
So what do we see?
You want to go knickknacks and
Bone?
get a +2?
As you're scrambling up, what do we sort of see?
Like, I mean, I think this is like he just plants and just like climbs it like a I don't know, like a training wall or whatever. No problem.
Yeah. You know, he's up there and then puts his hand down to help the next person up. Who'd like to
Yeah.
roll?
Knickknacks since you...
Like that ancient show, American Gladiators?
Yeah.
From Earth Vids? Yeah. Okay, I will try to... Acrobatics? No. Athletics? No. So if you don't have ranks, that +3 doesn't do anything, right? From it being a class skill?
Yes, you need to have ranks in it. So it should include that. Like if you don't have that, it'll calculate your bonus without that.
I'm going to try and do a little acrobatically.
10. It slows you down substantially. But you've got 1 success already. 1 escape point from Bone's successful check. Knickknacks just slows you down and... Carl, come on!
So do I roll 2 or...
Yep,
no?
please, last one.
Okay. No.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 15.
All right. So then you guys manage. You're not as masterful as what Bones is, but you're easily able to get yourself over, and you guys drop down. It's about a 200-foot sprint from here to the far side, and you can see there are members of the SDF saying, "Come on, come on!" The klaxons are going, "Wow, wow, wow," you know, lights are flashing, and you guys need to book it. What I need you guys to now do, you're racing. You can picture there's a wide open stretch here. And you can hear as some of the swarm are beginning to climb up and clamber over the thing. There's fire from the other side of the river where Fort Gallant is, firing over your head, trying to take them out as you guys are racing in. What I need from you guys each now is a reflex save, please.
Reflex.
As you're racing along, go, go, go! And you can almost hear these things skittering along behind you, but you dare not look for fear of slowing yourself down.
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh no, Bone.
Truda, success. And Knickknacks? Let's see, where is your... Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Okay, so what happens is as you're getting across, I think, Bone, what you see is, oh, what's that here? Die for cover. Attempt to reflex save against an area effect, which this is. You can fall prone in adjacent cover and roll twice. Definitely do that, Knickknacks.
Okay.
See if you can dive
Like, hey,
across.
I deliberately took this. This is my feat. I took this because I'm like, there's no way she's going to be standing up and fighting. She's going to be diving for cover all the time.
Yep. I love that feat, too. Go ahead and give us another reflex save. Come on. Nat 1! Oh, no.
Oh man.
So you, what happens is I think she's racing along. She stumbles a little bit. Bone, you pick her up and you look back in time to see that there is just a fucking wave of those dredgers that's crawled across that big thing. It's almost like a carpet of them. And then you hear the first of the low whoomp, 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 whoomp as the explosions are going off. You turn her in time. Unfortunately, neither of you guys are going to get the full benefit of this. Druda, you have managed to get to the far side. You dive and you are taking only 3 points of damage, which will be just your stamina.
Okay.
Knickknacks. 10 points of damage. Holy shit, she's knocked unconscious. So, and then Bone. Bone only takes 4. So I think this explosion, just annihilates this bridge. Every one of them is gone. Druda, Voss, and Druda, Knickknacks, and Bone, you guys are thrown to the ground. And as you're getting up, and little bits of ferrocrete and steel and stuff are kind of hitting around you, Bone. You look over and see that Knickknacks is unconscious. Now you can spend, I think it's a third of your remaining resolve minimum 1 to not die.
Yeah, to stop the dying condition.
Yeah.
So I have 2 resolve points, so I can use 1.
I think that's. I think it's. Here we go. Stabilizing. Number of resolve points equal to 1/4 of your maximum. Minimum 1. So yeah, to spend 1 resolve point. You're no longer dying, but you're still unconscious.
Okay.
And then, yeah. So you look over, and Knickknacks has been completely knocked out by this thing. And as you guys are staggering to your feet, Bone, Druda seems to have escaped the worst of this blast. What do you guys do?
I guess we're going to carry our buddy across the threshold. And
you can hear the people on the far side at Fort Gallant saying, "Get in! Get in!"
Yeah.
Bone would definitely pick up Knickknacks.
Okay.
Yep.
So you grab
hopefully
her.
Knickknack is not too heavy, and we need to both carry. However.
I think that Bone is pretty darn strong as well,
Yeah, it's
right?
pretty strong.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's strong.
Yep.
All right.
He's pretty strong, so.
Let me bring you guys over to. Oh, that's one of those things. Actually, let's just do this. We'll go.
Yeah, holy hell, we made it?
You made it to Fort Gallant. So,
Nice.
as you guys are making your way in, let's see here. I think the people are swarming around you. Knickknacks is unconscious. But you're not dead.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
And one of the members of the 3rd Battalion is coming in, and Druda, I think you're. They're all. That seems to be who's garrisoning the Fort Gallant. Well, we'll deal with that next time, because I want to spend some time to give you some XP, guys. So, with that, guys, we'll bring our first proper session 2 of Fate of the Fifth to an end, guys. So, well done, not dying.
I feel like we'll just probably collapse exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
We've been going for 24 hours straight?
Yeah. And you're
30 minutes of break.
That's brutal. Well, and you face the dredgers, the brush stalker, the weather.
Those fly thingies.
Flying things, yeah. So let me get the all the XP calculated here, guys. All right. So let's see here. That is.
Except to make Knickknack an honorary sister of the Boss family.
Okay.
We'll have you grow scales on you yet, sister.
Well, she needs at least the right color. Got some green to her, so.
Well, Druda's kind of bluish.
Yeah.
More of a turquoise green.
I can't tell with the Bone. He's got all that battle armor.
Okay.
Bluish.
Guys.
This is in addition to the 80 hit point or 80 experience points we got last time.
Yeah, the 80 you got last time, yes.
80, yeah.
All right. Check here. Yeah, I know that 80 gave you such a huge head start. But
we made characters for half session.
Yeah. Okay.
And the CR was probably way different. With 5 characters against 2 of those creatures, it's versus 3 characters against 4 creatures.
Yep. Most definitely, because you're only dividing. It does it like 3E style. I mean, this is all. I mean, all versions of D&D we play are mostly the same too. We're just divided amongst the number of players that are there.
Yeah.
So we'll do the same thing with this adventure. And let's see here. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Guys, you each gain. That's looking great, Dave.
Thanks.
933 XP each.
Whoa.
And it is 1,300 when you reach level 2. So you guys are getting. It was a bit of a tough road, but you're getting closer to level 2.
Really close, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
933?
933, yeah, 933 XP. Excellent. All right then, guys. With that, we'll bring this session to a close. Knickknacks is unconscious. Bone and Druda are both still experiencing exhaustion, but you do seem to have found yourself with a degree of safety at Fort Galland, though I suppose Fort Chivalry looked like it was safe before it was. Fort Cavalier looked safe before it disappeared beneath a swarm. So we will be back next Friday with our next session of Starfinder Attack of the Swarm. But until then, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, you can find a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. We have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, I should say. This game and every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as great channels including information about online conventions, people looking to find people to play with, as well as a bunch of other great channels. Tons of great people, tons of great conversation. You are more than welcome to join us over there. In addition, this weekend I have set myself the goal of resetting up our charitable donation system for the Hero Save Villages campaign that benefits SOS Children's Villages International. And the reason I'm doing that is because we have a new prize coming to us from our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. They have very generously notified that we're going to be getting a copy of their the Witchlight of the Wild or something like that, whatever that Witchlight campaign was. So there's a great box set that's coming for that. I'll do an unboxing for that when it shows up, just to show what's in the box. But that'll be our next prize in our next charity raffle, and I'll have more information about that in the coming weeks. Well, once I've actually got it set up, I'll go back in and talk about it. But the way that the donations work is that for every $25 that you donate, you get one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes we have. We will have a bunch of stuff from the Dungeon Musings Red Bubble Shop again, as in the past, including some great T-shirts, some posters, some things. Oh, a dice bag as well. Dave's going to be very generously donate one of his amazing chainmail dice bags to the raffle. So yeah, I mean, that'll be a nice way to kick off 2022 is with some another great prize and some cool options. In addition, all donations that will go through the Hero Save Villages campaign go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to any other middleman. It just goes to benefit the kids, the over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children from around the world who benefit from SOS Children's Villages International's activities. Last thing I will say is a huge thank you to the stalwart members of Midnight Squad. So, Jeffrey, Dave, Carl, thank you so much for joining me back on Suskalon, doomed Suskalon, some might say. congratulations, SDF recruits. I believe you have really and truly been tested by battle.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll bring this session to a close. For those listening at home, we do hope that we've given you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes on doomed Suskalon have been getting up to. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.